Welcome, Wolves. How you guys doing today?
Oh,
I'm doing okay.
Kind of terrified.
Yes.
Do
just
you
met
guys
just
remember
met
the?
Grandpa.
Yeah. You guys, did you guys see the link I sent you with the pregame music?
Yeah.
I hope you die.
Wyatt Oak,
Yeah.
I hope you die. One of my favorite indie tracks. So we had some fun last week. Does the Galliard want to do it, or should I?
Last week, after a demoralizing incident near the border where all the bad shit's happening,
An understatement.
everyone went back. Everyone went back to the Sept and tried to leave, but Connor saw an intruder, so to speak, and tried to get some people to help, and only got Sejun, who very quickly and unfortunately couldn't follow the two of us as I followed this strange glowing wolf thing. And I followed it, or Connor followed it, I should say. And yeah, then I found what was once a cairn that was in the process of being corrupted years ago by Black Spiral dancers, but Connor's grandfather Alfred Oakes, and his pack managed to stop the corruption from happening. But now the cairn is dead, and Connor confronted the spirit ancestor of his grandfather, who taught him some lessons about what it means to be of the Get of Fenris, and he basically said to Connor, "Fight me," and he did, and said some more parting words to everyone else before leaving Connor and his grandmother to talk, while Sejun and Sabrina and everyone else followed to see what was going on.
Pretty good. And Sabrina ended up following along, apathetically.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say apathetically, just not happy at all.
And nobody really believes Sejun at this point.
Oh, oh, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
Nobody was really taking you apparently too seriously, but maybe that'll change tonight. You guys did get a couple leads.
Where are we physically? Are we still on the mountaintop?
I'm gonna move you along from there. I don't
Okay.
think you stay too long after that. I think you
I mean, the
probably end
place
up going
is
home.
infested with.
Well, it's not infested with anything, it's just kind of haunted or something.
Do you have any questions about what happened there specifically while you're on this wonderful old man of the mountain?
Well, I was pretty much what I was told was that, again, there was a fight here. This was once a cairn. It almost fell to the worm, and some Garu sacrificed themselves to keep it from being corrupted. But now it's dead. It can't really be a cairn anymore. And also, a slight note, which Connor may have to investigate later if there's time. His grandfather's spirit isn't at rest, it seems. So that'll be an issue potentially. And I think, well, this is something more Sejun heard over the phone from Shallowtrax. I'll let him explain if he wants to about the mountaintop.
Let me retrace my memory again. About it used to be a cairn, but back when it got corrupted by the cairn got attacked by the worm black spiral dancers, I think, and it was on the process of getting corrupted, but Connor's grandfather was one of the warriors who stopped it from being corrupted, and instead it's now kind of a dead zone
Well,
or
yeah, but
spiritual stuff. Yeah.
I think on the phone call, I think Shallowtrax told you to stay away from it if you could. But then when you heard you were going towards it, he was just like, oh jeez, and then everyone showed up there.
Yeah. Probably not best for the group to stay in that group.
Yeah. Connor would say goodbye to his grandma, I guess, and say, I need to talk to my parents and you later, but we have things to deal with. Bye.
Makes sense.
And also, I'm just pointing this out like a character choice. Connor's not trying to say anything to you, Sabrina, until you say something to him, really, because he's not. Yeah, it's awkward.
I would probably ask if like this area is like weird, wormy stuff. Why they haven't like tried doing that like, um, cleanse the worm, spirit heal from Korra type cleanse the area thing.
Is that how you say it exactly?
Yes.
Well, you're met with Shallow Tracks. He is your Stargazer Galliard. Looks at you and goes, "Oh, we're gonna have to work on your terminology a little bit."
Look, I'm not the Galliard. I'm not the one who's supposed to be all terminological.
Puts his hands up in the air. You can see his wrists. Okay, so long story short, Connor, for whatever reason, pretty much nailed it. This was an area of a raid. Spirals came in here quite some time ago. And we lost. We got our ass kicked. And we lost to Karen. At that point, you have about 24 hours to get it back. They have a ritual which kind of corrupts it. And his father was one of the ones that took it back. They did. But the Karen was just left so drained and exhausted from it. The Karen spirit, the sort of guardian spirit that watches over it, just didn't have anything left in it.
Yep.
Not so much corrupted, just exhausted.
Connor would probably fill in some details for Shaltrax, explaining the details of his grandfather's ancestor actually coming up and telling him all this, and Connor being like, I didn't know that was possible, etc. And basically, well, he'll have questions, but not now.
So, you guys ready to go back home, or do you want to take in the sights?
I think we took in enough of the sites, like walking up the mountain.
I asked my grandma if she needs help getting back. How'd you even get here?
I have my ways, Sonny.
So I look at Shaltrax and say, you said that the spirit was exhausted. Has there ever been a way to rejuvenate spirit?
Not to my knowledge. You'd have to ask a Thurge about that. I happen to know one, but he doesn't give too many answers away. But historically speaking, it's rare. But given enough time, maybe it comes back. Maybe the land heals and regenerates.
There's no like spirit 5-hour energy thing or spell to like rejuvenate them.
For God's sake.
I mean, she does have a point.
I mean, there's no Spirit Bo Jackson advertising it.
Do you feel... Well, there is one. It involves a Garu giving its life to energize the spirit. You want to give it a shot?
What's my survival chance?
What's the lowest number you can think of?
I mean, that depends. Are we going with like thermodynamics, or are we going by like negative numbers, or
a number greater than 0 but lower, but
yeah,
pretty low, 1.
I gotta say, if we go back to negatives, then that actually increases your chances, but it's a lower number.
I'm just gonna go with 1.
So, like 20 years ago, if you were to come up with these answers, at this point, you probably would have had a cut across your neck of raw silver. Kids these days.
I guess
That's
there's
kind of. Uh,
I mean, there's like
I don't know.
absolute zero, but that's like a temperature thing.
Okay, we're getting in the car.
Let's.
Yeah, let's go back.
The group goes down
So
the
wait.
hill. Hmm?
Sorry, who's ever? I'm trying to get a head count here. It's Misha, Shallow Tracks.
No
Heather,
Misha.
Not.
Just
Oh.
actually, yes, Misha. Yes, Shalatrax. No Heather. Your mom,
Okay.
your grandmother.
And then yeah, the pack. Got it.
The grandmother's dropped off very quickly. And as Connor's grandmother is brought to that old familiar house that you used to go to for Thanksgiving and old holiday events, she takes a deep breath and says, "Just give your mom a little bit of time. She's going through a hard. This is hard for her, but she'll get it."
Can you do something to put her mind at ease then? Like tell her I'm okay.
I can pass that along.
Thanks.
She waves. Misha gives finger guns. You're off. And before you know it, you're back at your old little cabin, your old beds. Is Connor staying inside this time?
Probably.
Your old beds?
Sabrina would probably like sleep in the back of her van if Connor's sleeping inside.
Still some animosity, I see.
If so, wait, are you? Well, never mind. Sorry.
Work it out in character, if you will.
Well, it's daytime, so I doubt we're sleeping right now, right? I think it's morning, isn't it? Like really early morning, because I spent all night running.
I think it'd be like noon.
Probably be about noon we'll go with. But I did say you guys could have some downtime.
Actually, on that note of downtime, Connor's gonna try to get Misha alone real quick.
Interesting. Interesting.
You can handle that now, or you can deal with someone else if you want. It's up to you.
Who's staying in the bedroom?
Not Sajin. He's probably going over to the mess hall.
He's going to the mess hall. Roger that. So, you go home. We'll say it's 2 o'clock at 2 p.m. You want to track Misha down alone.
Yeah, because I have a plan for something I want to do today.
Okay. Heather is hanging around the mess hall. I have SJ going there. Sabrina, what are you doing?
If it's still like early day, probably find. I can't believe this, but I'm going to try and find Misha for thirds training.
Interesting. Well then, again, January 5th, 2019 is a full new moon day. You find Misha with Connor in the alpaca farm. I have a picture of my favorite alpacas. I do not. Gonna have to pull one real quick. Misha is just sitting there, petting an alpaca, legs hoisted up on top of one of the fences. He's got that lovely brown camel coat, the one that looks like it should have been thrown away a couple decades ago at this point. Blue jeans, sort of a tight black crew neck t-shirt on. Sitting there, legs dangled, petting that alpaca. Who's going to go up to him first is my question.
If Sabrina saw Connor's going there too, she'd probably hang back like 30 minutes.
Alright.
Fair.
Yeah, I'll wander up to Misha.
He's sitting there, doesn't take his eyes off that little fuzzy, furry, camel-shaped animal. What's the score, kid?
So, you said one of my friends is still alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one, and which hospital are they in?
Now, why should I tell you that?
Because they're my friends.
Okay. See, you're gonna go back there. You're gonna make a big stir. It's not gonna be pretty. You're probably gonna cry a little bit. We're gonna have to consult you. Console you. There we go. And nobody ends up happy.
I think I'm out of tears right now, and also, do have some concerns about appearing there, but as long as I don't, like, I don't know, stand next to a please find this person sign or something, I should be okay.
I thought you were the tear bender, or was that the tall lady?
At this point, who knows?
See, I looked up some of her references. Tearbender is pretty funny. I actually thought that was pretty funny.
You should really watch the show, you might learn something.
I watched the last 4 episodes. I watched the first 4 episodes. I saw, from end to end. That's how I watched Game of Thrones, too.
Would you say, is that kind of like what we are? Are we supposed to keep balance between the worlds or something? Like the Avatar?
He takes a long, deep breath to the point where you can see the edge of his crew neck t-shirt stretch a little bit. Kinda.
Except instead of one person, it's all of us, and we're all kind of honestly fucking up if what I've heard is true.
There's a lot of stories. Some true, some more true, some less true. I come to believe that, well, there's a theory that all of them are true. It's an interesting theory, actually, that you've heard of multiverse theory. It's kind of like reverse multiverse theory. That all of these pasts, all of these histories have converged into like one unified history, and thus all the pasts are true. To quote the Joker, if I must have a past, it might as well be multiple choice.
I guess I could see that.
Who knows? At the end of the day, though, we know 3 things. 1, we were made as warriors. We're pretty damn good at it. 2, the end of the world's going to happen on our watch, and we're going to be helpless to stop it. And 3, and this is my absolute favorite, especially when those Bible thumpers come up to me and start praising whoever. We know our God is real.
It does sound pretty cool, actually.
If you're lucky, you might be able to live just long enough to bask in her glory in this life or the next.
Let's hope. But I guess back to task. So are you saying it's too dangerous for me to go out to a hospital? You think they might be suspicious?
Oh, it's certainly not too dangerous for you. You're a guru. It's too dangerous for everyone else.
As long as I keep control of my emotions, I should be okay, right?
Can you do that?
Heather has been trying to drill into my head a few times that if I freak out in front of people, I could hurt them, and I don't want to do that anymore.
Maybe she should use a drill, an actual drill.
I mean, I didn't have a choice the first time, apparently.
He looks at you with sly eyes, as if he's thinking something. He opens his lips just a bit. There's an O, like, curve of his lips, but there's a change of his mind, and they flatten. Never mind. Alright, fine. You want to know where your friend Bethany is?
Oh my god.
Matter of speaking. Manchester Regional Hospital, 6th floor, intensive care wing. You do have, or at least Sabrina has, her dad's badge. Probably still works.
Your dad's what? Car, you mean?
Her dad's batch. He used to work there.
I see. Well, you said intensive care. I don't know if they would allow visitors that sort of
That's
thing.
the Connor. That's the point. They probably wouldn't. But one of this proto pack has a secret key that lets you inside that nobody's gonna really look at.
You know what? Fine. I guess you're right. Maybe it's not a good time to check into her right now, especially if she's in intensive care.
You know what? Do me a favor.
Yes.
When you announce your tribe after you complete your rite of passage,
What?
with the utmost care, do not request the Shadow Lords. Thank you. Cool. I believe I have my next patient.
I don't think I was really planning to, but okay.
He waves his hand up high. Miss Sabrina, the teenage Garu.
I had
Sure.
another question. I had another short question.
Oh my! Yeah.
We need to find help from other. There are other Garu in this state, right?
Oh my god. Yes, there are.
How do we get in contact with them? We need to work. We need something to stop the shadow curtain thing, and so far it seems like none of us here have any ideas.
Kiddo, how long have you been at this for?
I don't know, 5 days, but I'm grasping at straws here, trying to figure stuff out.
Oh, he's gonna reach out, just pat your head. Connor, you think we haven't gone and talked to some of them?
What did they say?
I didn't go. The girl who showed up on day 3 did.
So, wait, what? Can you repeat that second part?
I didn't go. The girl who showed up on day 3 did.
Girl who showed up on day 3. Oh, not sure I understand your meaning.
Miss Sabrina!
He's talking about Heather.
Thank you!
Sorry. Out of character, I think my brain was like, huh? Anyway.
I think it was actually on day 2 because I think we got like drugged at the end of day 1, and then when we came back the next day, she was there.
Oh.
Great, cool, alright. Well, thanks, Misha. And I'm gonna leave.
Miss Sabrina, the floor is yours.
Alright. Well, I guess it's important if I'm going to be doing this like Guru werewolf thing, if I got some more training on what it meant to be a Thurge.
Well, you do have a choice if you don't want to be one.
You know, just talking to spirits sounds way funner than charging into battle, having to be a snarky person all the time, or being a lawyer.
Well, the lawyer part doesn't sound too terrible. You want to learn some quote-unquote third stuff. Let's get you educated about what that third stuff is. What do you want to learn?
Whatever you think is important, Sifu Hotman.
See, I watched a couple episodes. I get that reference now.
Oh, nice.
I don't understand all that stuff, but I'm definitely going to be using the term tear bending for when you babies start crying again.
You said you only watched a couple episodes, and I think that gets used in the last season, so...
Yeah, I watched the first 3 and then the last 3. It's how I watched Game of Thrones. I watched all of it, end to end.
So you didn't even watch all 4 parts of the last, like, multi-parter?
For Game of Thrones or Avatar?
The last 3 episodes of Avatar are Silzen's Comment Part 2 through 4.
I watched whatever was on the flicks. There was that play. The play just explained everything. It was a recap episode. The play explained everything.
Okay, that's fair.
The little girl that was a brute, that made perfect sense. Did he really date the moon? This might have some gyro propaganda we have to investigate at one point in time, but
Well, so like, she died and then became the moon, but that was after they dated.
And they think our stories are weird.
I mean, we do turn into wolves.
Hmm.
That's rough.
I did move around and saw the blood movement thing. I want that whatever blood magic.
Bloodbending.
That was pretty bad. I want to do that. That's the superpower I want. Maybe I'll go talk to someone. So, third stuff. So if you're familiar with that show, I looked around the wiki a little bit. It's not too dissimilar. They have a spirit realm. The spirits.
So that's like the penumbra.
You remember. Impressive. That's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
penumbra.
what? About half our powers revolve around that, and I kind of like did a weird jump through thing it just the other day.
Very cool. Yes. Someone told me a little bit about that. Alright. How about I teach you how to summon them? Sound good?
Summons the penumbra?
Summon spirits.
Oh.
Think of it as a spiritual telephone.
We're not going to have to kill one of those alpacas for this, are we?
It helps.
Oh no.
Alright. Let's go somewhere a little quieter. He motions off to the forest. And that's where you'll be spending the day. You want to learn summoning, correct?
Sure.
It's on your sheet, right?
I don't remember if that's on my sheet. Is that or I have command spirit.
You have command spirit, kinda. Isn't that the one you said you wanted to learn? No. I will stick with the original cleansing and Karen grabbing whites.
You were saying that would be important later on. You wanted it, so I figured I'd stick with it instead.
Cleansing is probably the most fundamental right you can have. It's probably one
Alright.
of the best rights you can have. And the other one out there, well, it's actually one of my favorites. So right, I believe it's not contrition, not or impact.
Open Cairn.
Right at the open cairn, lets you sort of tap on the wooden door of a cairn. And lets you see what's inside. And see if your own strength can be enhanced by the powers of the cairn. If you'd like to give it a try, give me a wits ritual roll.
Wits plus ritual. 7. I'm clicking on literally every wrong tab on my character sheet.
Happens.
Sometimes I have my moments.
Slash, that's 4 plus 3, that's 7.
Nice.
And it's difficulty 7.
Difficulty 7.
Oh.
Roll again.
Did the wrong.
3
Hey, nice.
successes. Very, very nice. Well done. So the way this works is this is a wisdom Karen. The Karen formally is called the Karen of the Singing Frog. It's a rank 2 wisdom type Karen located in Lindenborough, New Hampshire. Wisdom Karens specifically have 2 powers associated with them: rituals and expression. With me so far?
Yes.
For this specific Karen, you're going to be taking a breath of the energies around it. You're going to sort of meditate under a tree and try to fill that brain of yours with the essence of wisdom. Makes sense?
Yes.
You got 3 successes on that one?
Yes.
Let's see. The Karen Spirit uses the Karen's level as its dice pool, difficult to the right master's gnosis. What is your willpower?
My willpower?
Mm-hmm.
Permanent or temporary?
Permanent.
That looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
very high willpower.
Yeah. It's a really cheap investment.
It is. So 0 successes.
Did it botch?
No.
Uh,
What's the target here? Okay, so it is. So you already won this one. The way it works is it's your wits versus rituals versus the Karen's level. Whichever one gets to the Karen's level first wins. If you lose, you take some points of lethal. If you botch, it really hurts. But if you win, you can add the Karen's rating to her dice pool when performing actions appropriate to the Karen's focus, which in this case, once again, that's rituals. What's the other one again? I just had it open right there. Rituals and expression. So, how long does it last for? A week? A day? Let's be triple
I don't think it
checking.
says.
If it doesn't say, we're just going to say until you become unattuned.
I think when we were talking about it last time, we decided it was like until you next do it or until something like breaks you off.
Mm-hmm. We'll just say, so the next time you do it, we'll call that unattuned.
Alright.
I've made a note. Rituals and expression. Seijun.
Wait,
Yes.
what bonus does that do again?
Rituals and expression, page 310 if you're curious.
Oh.
Seijun,
Yes.
you wanted to talk to everyone's favorite Black Fury, Heather. Heather Argyris in the mess hall, correct?
I wasn't intending to talk to her, but she is in the mess hall, so I guess like Seijin like says to strike a conversation if possible.
She sits down. She's got a sandwich in front of her. There's a kinfolk behind a sort of makeshift counter. A couple little, maybe it looks like a college campus style kitchenette. There's some small fryers, a couple fridges in the back. No bigger than probably, about the size of a small bedroom in total. She sits down across from you. She nods.
Guess I haven't really had much time to like talk to you as opposed to like talking with like Shao Trash or Misha. Okay, maybe the whole the whole mock trial thing, but I don't know if I like. Never mind. I'm sorry. Okay.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
Did anyone ever actually look at that tattoo on your back?
Yeah. It looked like out of character. Does Station know like the mark of the Ragabash thing?
He should,
this
yes.
point?
At this point, I would say yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it looked like the mark of the Ragabash.
All right. And you weren't born with that, huh?
I don't think so. No. Yeah.
You don't think so? You just went through life and never looked at your back?
Oh. Sorry. I guess like I didn't really think of it as something serious. Like if I don't remember it being there until about I think it was like Christmas, maybe. Christmas last year.
Okay, so random ingrown infection happened around Christmas of last year, and you don't see a doctor, and it's a cool tattoo.
I mean it didn't like hurt or anything, so I didn't really think much of it. Like if it like grew in size or something, I think it was a tumor.
It's not a tumor. It's not a tumor.
Okay, that's good.
Typically speaking, and I say this from some experience, a child gets it at birth, and it's an ominous sign that the individual will one day become a gyro. Almost exclusively, we do not know if a wolf will turn or not, but sometimes the spirits let us know. You have a mark of fate. They're increasingly rare in these dire times.
A mark of fate,
Mm-hmm.
as in like Gaia believes in me or something.
That's probably a good way to put it, yes.
Hmm.
I have.
Why?
Hmm?
No, I was just thinking like, why would Gaia believe in me of all the Guardian world? Why didn't she believe in like say Connor or Sabrina? I don't know. You?
Mm, she believes in me by way of my daughter, but I won't bore you with that unless you're interested. Hmm. But with you, you're an interesting one. Sabs and Connor, they have a birthright. One is a Geta Fenris, a very honorable and noble tribe in itself. The other is a Black Fury, my tribe. A wild and responsible tribe. For you, a random birth emanation with no discernible Gyro ancestors. Doesn't happen. You're hardly. Only sign we have is you've been marked by Luna. We need to understand that. But when you've been marked, you tend to do extraordinary things.
Good or bad?
That's up to the eye of the beholder.
I hope it's good.
My daughter, she was deeded Sparks the Storm. She's good at kicking shit up. And for a while we thought it was a good thing. And then she kind of lost her mind a little bit. Went wandering the countryside, drunk as a skunk. Eventually came back and made things right. She did some good. She did some bad. But she certainly sparked up a storm.
I can see why. I can see that. Yeah.
Just don't breathe her name too much down south. They hold grudges.
Make note of that.
As for you, you have to figure out what your little prophecy means. Maybe it's a dream you have. Maybe well, maybe it's a calling you find. But whatever it is, for a mark to appear upon you and for you to show up in the middle of a crisis, in a time when we're all trapped inside of a state in the second coming of the shadow curtain, well, it's a little bit more than good luck. There's some good meaning there.
I mean, if I ever want to have a chance of contacting my parents, I kind of need to break the shadow curtain. So,
And if I ever want to go and talk to my daughter, I want this wall to fall.
hello? Am I cutting out right now?
You're
No,
good.
I hear.
Oh, okay, cool.
Tell you what.
Oh,
If you're
okay.
interested, I can contact the spirits, but it will take a little bit of, well, bribing from Misha, and a little bit of time too. Something we don't have a lot of. But if you're interested, we could follow up on
Follow up on my mark.
it. Mm-hmm.
I guess. It's, how long would it usually take?
Well,
Does it like depend on like how hard it is?
I got a better idea actually. Let me see if I can talk to Shallow Tracks. He might be able to do it without the screaming.
Oh, okay.
She finishes up her sandwich, smiles, pats you on the head. If you ever want to learn a ritual or two, go talk to Misha. If you ever want to go and learn a little bit more about the lore, a little bit more about combat, a little bit more about how to be a badass, I can help you out there.
Good.
She would have liked you, by the way, my daughter. You two would have probably reminisced about this fate bullshit and how it's unfair.
Oh, probably.
If you ever see her out there, well, maybe I'll make a connection one day if we ever get out of here.
I hope so. So, I guess the others are kind of like busy with Nisha, so I guess like
Yeah.
yeah.
So take it from someone who married a Geta Fenris kinfolk, someone who joined the Black Furies. Connor's a Geta Fenris. Sabrina comes from a Black Fury stock. Historically, we haven't exactly gotten along very well. In the Darker Ages, the Fenris, as they were just known, often would raid the spiritual cairns of Garrow, saying that they were making us strong, saying we didn't deserve to hold them. Ask Afiana about that sometime. You'll get a very dark story. And us Black Furies, well, we beat the shit out of them, and they still think we're, well, some of them at least still think that we carry a weakness because we defend those who are often unable to defend themselves.
Interesting.
Those packmates, it carries no surprise to me to see them fighting.
Is there a way that I could like be someone who can like mediate between them?
I think that's what your job is going to have to be. They will butt heads now more than ever, perhaps rightfully so. If not here, then on the battlefield. They need someone to smack them upside the head and tell them there's a bigger goal going on. Can't be me. Can't be Shallow Tracks. And so help us God, it could not be Misha. It's gonna have to be you. And maybe that's part of your fate.
To be the wild card in the deck.
Wild card. That's a good name for you. I'll have to remember that.
So about the whole learning how to like combat thing, do you think you could help me out on a little?
Yeah. You want to do it now?
Sure.
Exit stage right. You have some downtime to burn.
Eh,
Connor,
Yes.
anything you want to do?
I guess I'm gonna go talk to Shalatrax now, the only other Galliard I think that I've met so far.
Oh, I get to pull up the map. I was hoping we get into plot eventually today. It's not happening right now.
Wait, there's plot in this role-playing game?
There is plot. I'm surprised we haven't gotten to it all yet. You know where he'd probably be? He'd probably be at the Frog Rock right now. Let's pull
I
up
thought we were
picture.
doing a Real Housewives of the Gru here.
Oh my god. You know where Shalatrax is? He's probably you ask around, a couple kinfolk, point left, right. Where is this guy? He's not too far south from here. You keep getting pointed. Actually, you know what? He's probably up north. Frog Rock. I'm going to share this image on the stream. You could click on it. Love this place. Would always love to go to this place. It's a little bit, well, Grant State used to have all these sort of wonderful little geological findings, these interesting spots. And,
Is that the frog I'm praying in front of? Or not praying, meditating?
probably within earshot distance, but not far enough to where he's a bother. He's probably at the bottom, has a book in hand, just licking the tip of his finger as he...
When your mic is muted right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I think your mic's muted, Win.
Oh, I don't know if he's talking. Oh yeah, it's muted.
Oh, what the
I thought he was just doing something.
Interesting.
Oh.
I still have that key binding going on. Cool.
Sorry, I didn't hear anything you said.
Oh yeah, it's been
No,
like
that's my
2
bad.
minutes of
Well, my one was
silence.
a bit silent, so.
I have to go and delete that key binding. I have a key binding that when I hit the delete button, it mutes myself. I have to get rid of that. Cool. Yeah, you're probably, Sabrina, you're probably off in the distance, probably about 150 feet away. Shalatrax is underneath the frog, book in hand, licking his finger as he goes from page to page. It's an old book, at least 100 years.
Oh, I try to be quiet so as not to disturb Sabrina. And Connor will say, so we're Galliards, right?
Shalatrax is going to look up, flick off his hair to the side to get it out of his eyes. Yeah, Galliard, storyteller, seer, bard. Yeah.
So, what am I have some inkling now, but what am I... Can you help me, I guess, learn how to be a better one, I guess, or at least a good one?
Are you asking what a Galliard is? Or asking
Yes.
how?
Yeah, what we are and how we are, and our history, or if that's applicable.
A Galliard is probably the most important moon of all of the auspices. Now, naturally, this will get me boos. It will get me jeers. A lot of them will disagree with me, but it's true. You have a power that none of the others have. The Thurges might be able to see the spirits and parlay with them. The Philodoxes might be able to judge and jury, bring law and order among the world. Very Weaver-like, if you ask me, but I digress. And the new moons, well, they're the pranksters. They're the ones that make sure that no matter how much rage we have, we still know how to laugh. The Aruns, the full moons, they can grant death. Very powerful ability. Death is not something that is, well, it's a gift in itself. But you, my young Galliard, you have a power that kings have gone to war for, that men have lived and searched for their entire lives. You have a power that has caused empires to fall. You have a power that can never be forgotten. You have a power to give immortality.
Whoa. Is it like we live on in our story sort of thing?
Mm-hmm. Every Garer that has died hopes to have their story told. They hope to have their greatness live on with the words of the future.
I just wish there was a story that could help us out of this situation.
Well, what situation is that specifically?
Connor's just gonna motion generically at everything and say, well, for starters, this curtain, I guess, and also how to mend this, and he lowers his voice, mend the rift between myself and Sabrina. I mean, you've probably heard a little bit about what happened at the mountaintop. I don't know if I agree with everything my grandfather said. I certainly don't blame Sabrina for being angry. I actually respect her a lot so far, but I don't know.
That's a story as old as any of them. The Black Furies and the Get always seem to headbutt. A story of a packmate struggling with another one. Also a pretty common story.
This seems more than a struggle. This is like, she at least feels this is a grievous betrayal.
It's up there. It's very Macbethian. As for your grandfather, if the philosophy of the Get Fenris do not agree with you, you don't entirely have to join them, though it's considered a gravest sin of your heritage. And he's motioning with his hands upwards like it's a big fluffy deal. And you shun to who you are, and your ancestors will never forgive you, and yada yada yada.
I don't know, not everything he said seemed wrong, it's just that, I've learned a long time ago not to adhere to every single dogma a single person says.
I'll make this quick.
Yeah.
Do you think Sabrina's acting a little bit different in the last day or two?
I mean, yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Her father's dead.
Exactly. She grew up a little bit, which is kind of horrifying because she's already like 7'5" or whatever the heck it is. And to be fair, you're probably going to grow up a little bit. SJ is probably going to grow up a little bit. And what you think now, you might think of a little bit darker in a couple days, weeks, months. And maybe you don't want to sell the farm without at least understanding how to run the tractor. Don't judge her too soon until you've walked a mile in her shoes.
No, I'm not judging her at all. I mean, again, father's dead. I can't really blame her for her anger.
So all you can do is go up, say I'm sorry, and I'm gonna be better. Stop apologizing after that. Stop doing anything that might make it worse. Just support her. Deep down, she probably knows her dad had something wrong with him. Deep down, she might even want to find out why that happened. Maybe you can help with that.
I'll talk to her soon.
Probably the bigger mystery to solve. As for training you, Oh, I do some Galliard training. Do you want to learn how to howl? Do you want to learn some stories?
Some stories would be interesting. I do like stories.
I don't know too many Get a Fenris ones. I know a couple here and there. I know some. Heather's told me some. I've traveled this world left and right, and I know quite a lot of interesting tales. Any you specifically want to hear? Stories of war, glory, loss?
Hmm. How about, this seems pertinent, stories of, I don't know, uncovering a mystery or something. Something, I don't know, where there's this complicated problem, but the answer was right in front of them or something.
You honestly think life is that simple? Go watch a Dick Wolf TV show if you really think that's how life works.
Well, something to, I guess, get me thinking.
Get you thinking. Well, how about a quick one?
Shoot.
I know a story of some Garu in San Diego. A Garu ended up fighting. He was a fosterin by the name of McMurphy. Doesn't matter. He ended up thinking he was the baddest badass among any of the Garu on the Sept. In truth, he was a super douchebag. Diana drank too much. Don't let them know that. They're sensitive about that. And then one day, Get a Fenris, much like yourself, said, "Yeah, you're pretty good." He's like, "I'm the best." I'm like, "Well, have you fought that one kinfolk over there?" Kinfolk was a big kid, about maybe 6'7", 6'8". Giantism runs in Garu genes, if you ask me, but I have nothing to answer that by. He's like, "No, of course, I will never fight a kinfolk." I'm like, "Well, friendly fight. What do you have to lose?" The Garu ended up saying, "Well, I can never be stopped. I will destroy this kinfolk." Kinfolk got up and said it would be an honor to spar with you. The two fought. Guess what happened? Any guesses?
The kinfolk won.
They traded blows as equals, and when the kinfolk tried to sweep the Garu's leg, the Garu felt that shame was about to come. The Garu realized at this exact moment that if word came around that he was beaten by a simple, ordinary kinfolk, he'd be the laughing stock of the entire sept. That if he didn't live this, he would never live this down. So he was swept, fell to his butt, and then stood back up, 9 feet tall, roaring, raging, with his teeth in the kinfolk's neck, calling him a cheat and a liar, and demanding satisfaction for such a dirty tactic. The Get a Fenris Philodox stepped in and pushed him aside and said, "What's going on?" And the Fianna demanded satisfaction. How dare he use a dirty move? The Philodox looked at this Fianna and said, "Yes, agreed." He took his kinfolk, and brought him back to his place. And the kinfolk was all worried, scared, freaking out. "What did I do? What did I do? I just fought. I just did everything." Like, you made him look bad. You overstepped your boundaries. And he's like, well, you told me to fight. You told me to. And I'm like, yes. And you did. And you brought great joy and pride to the Get a Fenris, young kinfolk. But there's a downside to every victory. We now have to brand you with the mark of the kinfolk so you never forget your place. An iron was cast hot twisted, and the kinfolk was branded with the glyph of the kinfolk. Sounds pretty brutal, huh?
Yeah. What the fuck, man?
But every time that kinfolk walked around the sept, he on his arm brandished the mark. Everyone knew the truth, and it was no longer a badge of horror that the Fianna wanted, a brand of satisfaction. It was a mark of pride. Everybody knew the truth. Everybody knew the score. Everybody knew what was really going on. What I'm trying to tell you is, just because something is a bad situation, just because it sucks, just because you do everything right and you still get a bad outcome, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Everybody knows at the end of the day, everybody knows what really went down. You ended up killing a Fomore, maybe saving a packmate's life if that person could have been done worse. Maybe he had a silver knife on him. You did what you're supposed to do. Deep down, you know what? Could have had a better outcome, but it didn't happen. Don't beat yourself up for doing everything right. To quote the legendary Jean-Luc Picard, you know who that guy is?
Sorry, no.
None of you kids watch the greats anymore. It is possible to make no wrong moves and still lose. That is not weakness. That is being human. And you are still half human.
That's kind of what my grandfather said. Maybe there's not. I guess.
Yeah. Your get offender said no weakness.
No, I mean he said pretty much what you said. Not to blame myself too much.
You did the right thing. All right. Let's get you howling. Into the woods. Let's go.
All right.
Downtime. So, I have all of my players doing downtime things. They're going to be doing that for the rest of the day. And then one more day on top of that.
Yeah.
So that's 2 willpower.
1 willpower a day.
So
Isn't-
1 willpower for now.
Yeah. So this is today and then tomorrow in terms of game time. So
Let's give you a calendar. Actually,
when downtime is over, it becomes January 7th.
right now, January 5th. Saturday. You get Sunday that you're going to be working with your respective older Garu. Monday morning is where we will pick things up.
All right, so that is 2 more willpower. 2 willpower.
2 more willpower. We'll be starting Monday the 5th.
For the sake of ease, if possible, I guess in the course of the 2 days, could we reasonably say that Connor learns the rite of talisman dedication?
I'd say you don't have it mastered, but I'd say you definitely have a good feel for it.
Okay.
You should have.
Do we also recover points of rage?
Good question. I would say yes.
Yeah.
Assuming you look at the moon, get a full point of rage, and if you're a Ragabash and take a look at that moon, ooh, that feels good.
3 to 4 rage. Yay.
What about points of gnosis?
Gnosis requires 1 roll. Gnosis requires a meditation roll, and I will actually make you roll for that, but I'll give you 1 roll a day. How does that sound?
All right, that's fair.
And then,
Well,
eventually, we have to get on with our story. Because I've spent a lot of time doing plot. Eventually, I want to use it because I built it about 4 sessions ago.
sorry.
Wits plus enigmas, difficulty 8.
Difficulty 8, wits plus enigmas.
Wits plus enigmas. That's 5 dice. Oh, wait, actually, what does the cairn thing add to that? No, that's rituals and expression. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's 5 dice for me. Pretty good.
Go back
Hopefully,
up the
I
pole.
let. Well, I mean, I haven't rolled it yet.
Oh,
Let's hope this doesn't botch.
You just throw yourself into the
Oh.
Oprah.
6 of 6.
All right,
So-
I'm
Hmm?
good now.
So
I was just saying-
everyone should be at full power for everything, right?
I didn't even lose any gnosis last time.
Lovely.
I think I'm the only one who's spent Gnosis.
I have 6 out of 7 willpower at this point.
You should have regained it all at this point, unless you. No, you're right. You were at 6 out of 7 because it's only been 3 days.
I'm all good.
That is very good. You have everything you need. The only thing you don't have is, well, I gave you all the option of learning a rank 2 gift at creation. You'll get that in a little bit.
Should I roll nightmares because it's like a new day now?
Roll it just once, yes.
Actually, I think that means the only thing I don't have unlocked right now is Command Spirit, since I got the Cleanse Worm when my dad died, and then I just learned the Open Cairn.
You're
That's
good on
great.
that.
That's a crit, Zayjun.
Oh, damn.
5 and 2 10, so it's 7 successes on that willpower roll.
Oh, I should pull up something I have written for you on that one.
Uh-oh.
I mean, that's probably good if you rolled so many successes. Unless successes
True.
are bad.
You have a dream. We'll say it's on the 7th, morning of the 7th, night of the 6th. You're out on top of the mountain place once again. On your back, wide open sky. It's calming, it's peaceful. You take a deep breath and exhale, and a mist of warm, frosty breath exhales. You can smell pine, a little bit of oak, the scents of the forest, a ruffling of little tiny field mice not too far away, dancing in the half-dead frozen grass. And then up above, well, the sky stops. The stars no longer twinkle, the moon no longer shines. It's like it all just became a 2D image, flattened, frozen. And then you see little tiny cracks, as if someone had put their boot down on ice, on a not quite frozen lake. And you're treated to 2 lines. A whisper from a woman, a voice you've never heard from, but her tone sings as sweet as a mother's first song to her babe. On Kronos' day, when the sky turns to ice, a motherless birth shall manifest by Sigin's light.
On Kronos' day when the sky...
When the sky turns to ice, a motherless
Turns to
birth
ice.
shall manifest by Sigin's light.
A motherless birth shall manifest by what light?
I'll give it to you in text. I'll give it to you.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Marked by Eebs. And then you hear a howling from outside. You're jolted awake. It's 5 in the morning. Something out there is howling lowly. And you're awake before you can hear the rest of it.
I first look around to see if either Connor or Sabrina are awake.
Well, before we go into that, I have to ask and get an answer for the question I wanted to ask a while ago. Where are people sleeping?
I'm inside.
Oh.
I'm inside.
I'm also in the cabin bed.
Sabrina's probably in her van if Connor's inside.
After about a single night of being in that van, Heather would come out and say, "No, no, 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 you're coming with me." She takes you to a decent-sized townhouse, not very well furnished. She hasn't been here very long, actually. She points, second room, guest room. It's an extra large bed. It was meant for my daughter when she was supposed to come up here.
Thank you, Heather.
Go into the room. It's got a bunch of little LSU, Louisiana State University banners around it. Some spices, some incense. Picture of some individuals you don't see, along with an image of a very tall, blue-haired woman. Looks a little bit like Heather. Someone did the room up nice in expectance for someone. This is where you sleep. You can ask questions in the morning. Back to SJ.
Yes. So I checked to see if Connor is asleep.
Do I hear anything? I do have keen hearing.
We'll say yes.
Right? I wake up and it's like, are we under attack again?
Something's howling outside. I think we need.
Connor, roll me. Do you have enigmas? Connor.
Hello, can you hear me?
Do you have enigmas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Roll me enigmas intelligence, diff 6.
Intelligent. 2 successes.
Very, very good. You've heard.
Oh, Connor didn't heal up.
Heal up.
Forgot. Heal up 1, okay.
Yep. Heather, by the way, it's been 3 days. Heal 3 ag.
Okay. Then I should be back.
Not Heather, Sabrina, 3 ag.
Oh.
I only have 1 ag.
You're up at full?
Yeah.
Everybody heals 3 ag. It's been 3 days, 1 ag a day.
Just spent a day sitting there in Glabros form doing nothing.
2 successes.
You hear a certain howl right at sunrise. It's not too disfamiliar from the howl that you've been training with for the last 2 days. Sounds a little bit like shallow tracks.
Again, Connor's pick up like, are we under attack again? What's happening?
Will you recognize this howl?
Wait. Oh. I think that's shallow tracks. Get up.
Guess we should. Yeah.
Get up.
Guess
Yeah,
we
get
check
up.
on him.
Yeah, I get up, I throw some clothes on, and I investigate.
Yeah, Seijin also picks up some clothes and gets out.
It's cold outside. About 5:10 in the morning. Not too far away. Let's point to people. Probably we'll make a box for you guys. Make things pretty. Probably around there. Just up north. Not too far away. Herbert's Loft. Not too far away from the river. Shallow Tracks is lifting his head and howling, greeting the morning. He's in his Glabro form, and he's using what throat he has in this form. Maybe it's modified a little bit to sing to the morning sun.
Do you think we should join in?
You know what? Sure. Actually, I will.
He looks at you guys like, so you want to greet Helios, huh?
Is that like the Greek god?
Is that like the sun god?
Very good. Helios.
Yeah,
Sun god.
God.
He's actually a very popular, very popular pack totem. I know there's a pack down in Boston that took him, but they kind of have this infamous reputation of blowing things up. But otherwise, very popular. It's
What's a pack totem?
Oh, we didn't tell you guys. We didn't tell you guys about pack totems.
I don't think so.
Okay, good question. Pack totems are this. I'm in a pack with Heather and Misha and Tall Fox. We kind of built it out of necessity, but that's beside the point. A werewolf has packs. Werewolf forms a pack. And when you bond together with a group, you typically seal it with an agreement from a spirit. Similar to how you learn gifts and powers from spirits, they imprint you, kind of like Neo in the Matrix when he learns Kung Fu. That's kind of what a gift is. This is making a deal with a spirit to say, hey, you know what? We want you as a teammate on our side. And if you three are going to be together, you probably, well, should get one of your own.
See,
I got a book I can probably give to you guys, and you can take a look and pick one.
how do we find one once we pick it, though?
You pay Misha a lot of money, and he will be able to call it up, do a little bit of a number quest, so that might be a little bit tricky. Call the spirit over. The spirit's going to ask something to you. Are you worthy? Yada, 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 yada. Probably have to do something for him. And then, well, you get an aspect of it. We're all packed under bore, so we're a little bit more durable.
Oh,
Do we need to use some kind of summoning?
Yeah, it's a
Summoning.
ritual. I think Misha's teaching Sabrina it.
I see.
What I'm doing
Yeah.
now is a minor ritual. Not quite a very powerful one. It's kind of like a morning one. I haven't done it in a while, but it felt right. Got it this morning. It's called Greet the Sun. Pretty popular with a lot of the Gaia. I ordered it from UK Tenda a couple years back. You just sing Helios' praises for 9 nights.
Is this the first night?
This is
For you?
night 1.
Interesting.
All you do is say thank you, sun, for all the energy, all the light. Praise the sun. It's quite popular with online gamers, but I don't understand why.
Connor being out of character, Connor being a gamer would just kind of snicker and like, yeah, I know what they mean.
That's one of us. Okay. Just howl. He'll hear you. And
I howl.
We also how do we need to RP this how
yes, ecstatically with proper details. No, I got you. You shift into lupus, you howl, and even though it's probably about maybe 20 degrees Fahrenheit, less than 10 degrees Celsius, you feel a little bit warmer. A little bit. It's like you put on a little bit heavier coat. Meet you back here tomorrow, boys.
Sure.
Can we look at that book in the meantime?
He ends up tossing you. Actually, you go back to the SEP, go to the mess hall. He ends up tossing you the book.
Cool.
For those that want the book, well, I'll even share it in Google Docs.
I imagine a funny moment where it's like it's almost like they're studying. It's almost like a study situation where they're both trying to read one book.
This is somebody that went in. Copy link. Here you go. You can see my email for a second. This does not exist in character, but for the sake of roleplay, I'm sharing it.
Hey.
You guys have looked at this out of character pregame, but in character,
Yes,
there's a
we have.
lot of them in there, and you're welcome to take a look. Sabrina sleeping in?
Probably. She probably didn't even care enough to wake up for the howling if she could hear it.
Makes sense. You guys have downtime. You have told me what you want to use that for, and your attributes have increased accordingly. There is plot if you want it, or just continue to ignore it. Not like there's an audience or anything.
It's
Well-
like the season of The Walking Dead where they just did no plot and just were on a farm.
Well, first and most important thing, every day has to start with breakfast. So that's why we're in the mess hall, I guess.
Well, I mean, now for you guys, it has to start with howling.
Yeah.
You go back
Yeah.
to your place. There's no kinfolk making breakfast. There's a little bit of a note on the waffle iron. It says, "Go to mess hall."
To me, it's
Isn't this the mess hall?
Repeat that.
Are we not in the mess hall right now? Oh, wait.
If you had gone back there. If you're going straight to the mess hall, you're going straight to the mess hall.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, sorry, I'm going to have to close the window because.
Good. Good.
Oh, fuck.
Garu. He's howling to the sun.
Oh, I hear a good boy.
A good boy.
Back.
Yeah, I at least that's what I was assuming. We would go to the mess hall.
Going to kinfolk housing, we have a little bit of a mess hall. Is Sabrina going?
Probably.
Sabrina sitting with the other two?
You know, probably sitting in the general vicinity, but not like right next to them. If she has to choose, probably next to Sejun.
Got it. There's breakfast. The four Garu end up getting some food, sitting not too far away from you. And then to your left, Sabrina slides in a certain kinfolk.
Oh no.
Big smiling grin. Hey, baby! It's Desmond.
Oh no.
You know, I'd be angry, but surprisingly right now, you are like top 50% of the guys in here right now.
I know, it's like a sausage fest in here.
No, I mean like literally like in approval rating, you are like top 50% somehow.
I look at if I hear this, I look at Sage and I'm like, what did you do?
I guess I ripped out that vampire's heart out.
Fair enough.
Desmond's the kinfolk that's been horribly hitting on Sabrina for the last few days and used the Game of Thrones quote on her involving a certain big woman that I have in my initial notes from the moment she took that merit.
Okay, you just changed it to where like I went from imagining Desmond as being like polo and sweater vest wearing like guy to just being like Tormund. Just
Go with that.
I was saying
Go with an indie style hipster Tormund.
So Tormund in a sweater vest and polo.
He listens to a lot of the books and a lot of the heebie-jeebies and a lot of LCD sound system. How about that? You know that one.
Oh wait, those are bands?
Yes, he listens to
They're
a lot of
bands?
LCD sound system.
Oh.
A lot of
Oh.
Arcade Fire, a lot of the Talking Heads, a lot. I'm just naming every indie band that's remotely popular that you would probably know.
These are real?
Yes, the Talking Heads.
I think I've heard of the Talking Heads before
I
once.
think I've heard of them, yeah.
Oh my god.
I listen to heavy metal. Just
I'm more of a British rock fan.
Oh
I'm
my
more of
god.
a whatever sounds good to me sort of person.
The
I'm one of those-
heebie-jeebies.
Generally, like, yeah, pop, K-pop is.
The books.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you were just making up names.
Jill Scott Heron? Come on, they're classics.
I haven't heard them.
Arcade Fire.
No,
Arcade Fire.
I haven't actually heard any of these.
Mm.
About to say, I mean,
How
like,
have you not heard of Arcade Fire?
I occasionally listen to like Florence and the Machine. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts. Think of like a normal hipster, like a super hipster band. That's the kind of music that's probably listen to.
Oh,
Listen, Wen, in terms of movies and also music, just assume I live under a rock.
I was gonna say, music is the one place I'm extremely under a rock because it's mostly just rock.
I love rock. I really do.
Hey, that's fair. Not judging you. I just don't know that.
Like Daft Punk. How about that?
I've heard of them.
Yeah, Daft Punk.
Think of it like that.
All right, I remember them from the Tron movie.
The Sonics.
We've got so off track.
Yeah.
Like the Sonics. Ugh.
I know Sonic.
The Hedgehog.
All right. I will play for you Jill Scott Heron later, but fine. We'll Joy. Tell me you know Joy Division. Just tell me that.
At this point, Seijun is going to.
Sure.
We'll go with
like,
it. We'll go with it.
And so Sabri can wait. You know it's too late as you're walking on by.
I imagine that conversation was pretty much exactly the same in character between Sabrina.
We'll go with that in character.
Probably.
Oh my god.
Okay, I will go to your room and I will play for you Joy Division, and you will feel sad.
That's awkward, buddy.
I'll say, in terms of pickup lines, that was awkward.
It's Joy Division. You're not happy listening to Joy Division. What about that band's name screams joy to you?
Joy?
Yeah.
I just looked at the book while I'm eating.
I mean, like, are they like Velvet Underground or?
I mean, I know that there's a member named Joy in a Korean girl group called Red Velvet. Not your... Yeah, not yours. Expertise, I got it. Sorry.
There's if you're really curious, there is a kinfolk sort of hipster band that comes up here now and then.
Oh, nice.
They're
Huh.
called the
Interesting.
Windershins.
Interesting.
Windershin Society. They're okay if you like kind of like Irish music. They have like a weird following to them. They come up and down here, but like they're two Vienna kinfolk. I think it's Padrian and Adian Connor. Whatever, they're the Windershins. They were like a Celtic folk rock band.
Oh, nice. You ever listen to a Baby Chorus?
No.
What's Baby Horse?
What?
Baby Chorus. They're a revisionist jazz band.
Jazz.
That's an actual thing in World of Darkness. It's from Chicago by Night.
Oh.
It's a vampire like jazz band.
I'm not joking about the Windershins either. That's actual canon.
Oh wow.
Oh, cool.
Oh
Like,
wow.
like this.
I was
Go on.
out of character. I was about to ask if they were Fiona Kinfolk before when confirmed.
Windershин Society, Fiona Kinfolk, actual band. This is Kinfolk W20. Please buy this book.
Is that Unsung Heroes? Yeah.
That
Unfortunately,
is
not
Kinfolk
sponsored
W20.
by Werewolf.
Oh.
I am not sponsored, but I am allowed to share individual pages by per way of the Dark Pack, blah, 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 blah. That's why there's a little icon in the bottom right-hand corner. Anyway, you guys talk music for a while.
Connor doesn't. He's looking at the totem book.
But
Oh, baby chorus. I thought you were saying.
I thought
baby
you said
chorus.
horse, yeah.
then the band would be called Little Sebastian.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm gonna bite my tongue and not sing this song.
Sebastian from La La Land.
Bye, little
little
Sebastian. Miss you in the
In the
satisfaction. All right, yeah, I'm kicked off Twitch now. Okay.
So,
There's eventually one day plot, but okay.
I'm trying, okay? I'm trying.
They say this, they enjoy the laughter now, but then the screaming starts, and the pain, the horror, and then another family member dies, and it's all wonderful.
I will ask Stay Soon, and if I can get her attention, Sabrina, what she thinks about this whole totem business.
I'll slide the book over, flip through, point at Black Unicorn, and it says, "Sounds like a good band name. I like that one."
I will look at it, and I'll say,
A black unicorn.
Desmond's gonna perk up. It's like, so like, wasn't there like an 80s film about that? That was only one of them? It was the last one?
Oh no, she was
Black unicorn. Yeah.
Yeah, you're thinking of the last unicorn.
I haven't. I've only followed it through tropes.
I think she looked like a regular unicorn, though. You might be getting her confused with the Red Bull.
Okay.
I was actually reading that book recently, like Alf character.
I think Black Unicorn looks... I actually quite like the sound of this totem.
Gain. No. Black unicorn demands that his children defend those who are unable to defend themselves, a duty that is often more demanding than what it would seem. So,
Sure, you could handle that, Connor.
I'll just look at you and I say, yes.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, ideally, we wouldn't be in the vicinity of those who cannot defend themselves.
You never know. You never know.
True.
And we were told we need to talk to Misha.
Yes.
It's gonna be... I think he's in here, but I'm gonna be like, that's gonna be a lot of fun, but we gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Misha's in the mess hall, right? Or is he elsewhere?
He is not in the mess hall.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Win. Did the cops ever get back to me about Robert Jones?
You haven't inquired with him yet.
I should probably call them when I get the chance. I'll say probably have to ask Misha about this first.
Everyone needs to talk to Misha, I guess.
Yeah.
He comes back in, he smells a little bit of smoke.
Hey, Misha?
Looks up just
Yeah.
before he goes back to his seat. Looks to the other groups. Mauls something, "I'm popular," to his packmates.
Okay.
And then walks over to the three of you.
Alright. I'll say, Shadow Tracks apparently said we need to ask you to help us do a pack totem thing. And he said we might
We're
need
not doing a pack totem. We're making a contract or whatever. We're not doing it.
Well, keep your
Whatever
mind less
doing it
dirty.
is.
I think he knows what we mean. I hope he knows what we mean.
No, please continue. I want to hear this. This is wonderfully amusing to me. Please butcher our culture that has lasted for tens upon thousands of years more, and watch me not giggle. Complete straight face. This is what Subterfuge 5 gets you.
Anyway, Yeah, Shelltrack said we might need to bribe you to do the ritual. So if you do it, I'll give you this like key card from my dad's hospital. You could probably like put your face over it and pretend you're a doctor.
Uh,
I do need some more Prozac.
I'm just going to say you're probably not taking enough with that.
Prozac's like a sleeping pill thing, right?
It's depression.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
That doesn't cure Hirano.
It just works.
But yes, we once again need your help.
Oh, surprise, surprise. Someone needs my help. I tell you what. Do me a favor to be named later, and I'll take you along, depending on what totem it is. I'm guessing... Let me guess here. You guys probably... You guys went with Fox, didn't you?
Nope.
You did
No.
Wait. I got this. You went with Rat. Rat's awesome. Rat's got like a bite, and you get the rats as your friends. No?
No,
No.
you get one more guess. One more guess.
All right, so you don't go with the box. Grandfather Thunder would never accept any of you.
Yeah.
You're definitely not clever, so I'm not going to say a totem of cunning.
Actually, I've been feeling a little more clever since I kind of like did that weird spirit meditation thing.
Oh, nice. Yeah, don't seem too totem of wisdom-y. Connor wouldn't have taken that. I'm guessing something that hits hard and fast. Pegasus.
Close.
That would have been cool though. Well, I mean, we couldn't have done Pegasus
Digital
because we got two guys here.
Oh, right, yeah. Right.
The Black Unicorn.
Really?
Yep.
It sounded like a cool band name.
Oh my god. Why? You picked your totem based upon it sounded like a cool band name.
I don't know. He seems to have his morals in order.
Did you guys like pick your colleges out of a hat?
No.
I mean, I wish going to college was that simple. Like you pick one out of a hat and it goes like Gryffindor.
I mean, I literally
Oh my
picked my
God.
car based on which one would look like coolest with a good paint job.
Gaia, this is what you send me. Gaia.
I mean, we're werewolves. Aren't we all about the aesthetic? Isn't that why we have all like that weird like tattoo stuff in our like culture? I think tattoos were part of the culture. I forget.
You're not wrong, especially for some of them. It's more of a child of Gaia totem, from what I remember, but they're more... Some child of Gaia believe that peace can only be obtained when everything is dead but them.
That's morbid.
It's pretty metal, if you ask me.
As Avatar Kyoshi said, only through justice will there be peace.
I need to watch the whole series.
You'll like Kyoshi, I think. Actually, you'll like Azula. You'll like Azula, I think.
Didn't she...
Isn't she evil?
Yeah, so you'll understand her quite a bit.
I take a little bit of offense to that. So, you don't want...
I actually think when he gets to Legend of Korra, he'll relate to Una Log.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's a little too evil.
One of these days, if this game if I get one more player, I might run an Exalted game with just this group for the Avatar quotes.
If you do that, I'm being a Dragon Blood.
Or we'll play Avatar: The Last Airbender series, but the system is Exalted. It works. Okay.
But yes, Black Unicorn. He seems very noble.
Typically, you kind of interact with a totem, you shop around. It's a lot like buying a car. You just don't say, well, this looks cool.
I mean, that's what I did.
Do you need like an artifact to summon your pack totem?
Oh, yeah, I'm about to say, like, do we have to, like, have, like, someone who's pure of heart and body to summon a unicorn? Is it like that?
Do I look pure of heart at all?
Mm. No, sorry.
No. No. It's not even the good unicorn, too. It's unicorn shadow, and if you want someone who's good at finding shadows, I might be able to help you out.
Well, aren't you a Shadow Lord?
That's the name.
Well, let's see what we can see then. Maybe we'll find several totems, but yeah,
Are you sure about this?
we were told we might kind of need it.
Fine. It'll take me a day or two to find the necessary, well, to make sure I don't screw it up. How about that?
And I guess I suppose if you see other totems that you might want to recommend to us, let us know. But
Would you like to start the interview process? Maybe meet with the dean.
Wait, we get to talk to Gaia?
No. If
Well,
you're
you made
lucky. If you're
I was
lucky, yes.
You made it sound like Gaia's like the dean of spirits.
You guys are so lucky this is not a Shadow Lord sept, because at this point you probably would have had your tongue pulled out.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Alright.
Right of the totem. What it does is it binds a group of Garu who want to be together as a pack. Typically speaking, it's done for Garu who have gone and completed their first change. But given these interesting times that we live in, and given how you have a little less than a week, I think we can find maybe this as an exception.
then tell us what we need to do, I guess.
Well, I have to get some tobacco, some mugwort. Do you know how hard it is to get mugwort this time of year?
What is that?
Mugwort.
Sounds like a mushroom.
Yeah.
It's a type of aromatic flower.
Oh,
Ah, right.
I remember hearing about mugwort in
About-
Korean creation myth, actually.
Interesting.
About to say I'm
Bit.
part of like
I mean, it's a long story. Like,
I'll say I'm part of like a Wicca group. If you need me to like ask if anyone knows where to get some.
I'm sure I can find some, but if you would like to, sure. With that said, how about give me a day or two? If you want, you can wait till after your rite of passage. Typically, they never say no. It's considered a great honor for a proto-pack to take a spirit, whatever that is, as their first totem. Almost never get a no. With that said, really? Black Unicorn? Alright.
is it possible to switch your pack totem?
It is.
You'll...
You can always change it later. Though, the catch to it is, you have to go up to Black Unicorn and say, hi, we don't want you anymore.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'll say
Ask how good that worked for Heather's daughter sometime. She'll tell you a funny story.
Heather's daughter followed Black Unicorn.
did she ride him down the side of an erupting volcano?
You'll have to ask her.
I mean, I vaguely heard about it when I talked to Heather 2 days ago.
Ask her about some of the things she did. She's an interesting one. Anyway, give me a day
Misha,
or
you
so.
were very close to me when you whispered that.
Anyway, give me a day. Do whatever you
Alright.
want to do today. I'll come back tomorrow. We'll do it. Can't do sunrise, can I, with you two? After breakfast.
I'm about
Alright.
to say, I have to make some calls anyway.
The BBW.
Actually, we didn't even. Actually, did you try tracking him at all or anything with your like tech magic powers?
I have not.
I have some things to do. I'll be back.
Thanks, Misha.
He ends up taking the
Okay.
card out of Sabrina's hand. He does walk away.
Alright.
What is this?
So-
We're getting into plot?
I
2
need to
hours
go-
in?
I need to go call and ask about a lead I might have had on something. If you guys don't mind a second.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead.
I want to get out, and before Sabrina leaves, she's going to stop and tell Desmond. Oh, by the way, if you do come by to play music later, make sure you sneak in. I don't know if how Heather's going to react to you sneaking into my room, and then walk out.
His eyes look like an owl that has just seen the moon for the first time.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
And
And at this point, Sejun looks at Connor and goes, "Let's talk alone. I think I have something to share."
Oh,
Alright.
really? All right. Lead the way.
So we go back to our bed, and I sit on one edge of my bed, and I don't know where Connor is sitting.
I'll stand I'll close the door, but stand in the room, leaning on a wall or something.
So yesterday I had a dream, and it was very similar to the dream that I had back in Christmas. Yeah, you had a dream back in Christmas too, right?
I was having dreams these past few months, really after I lost my job, actually, and then all this happened. But kind of vague. I've had dreams actually a lot during my life, mostly vague ones though.
Yeah, but what happened in that dream happened again. The sky, I was looking at the night sky, and the sky kind of like rolled, and then it like cracked in the middle, and then there was someone saying,
Hmm.
that
Oh, sorry.
a woman's voice said that on Kronos' day, when the sky turns to ice, a mother was birthed shall manifest by Sigon's light. Kronos' day, Kronos is Saturn in Romanus, and so I'm thinking it's Saturday. Saturday is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days away. So something is going to happen on Saturday.
Saturday. So wait, we just passed Saturday, so you're thinking next Saturday?
Yes, I am thinking next Saturday. If it already happened, I probably wouldn't have heard it.
Sorry, what was that?
If it already happened, we wouldn't be getting the prophecy it's prophecies are. I don't think prophecies are like Amazon.
Yeah. Also, sorry, out of character. Today we're on Sunday, right?
I think we're on
Monday.
Monday.
Today
So-
is Monday.
We have today, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 5 days. 5 days until this happens. What does a mother's
And-
birth mean?
I mean, I have a mother.
Yeah, but motherless birth shall manifest by Segan's light?
Someone is born without a mother. Who's Segan anyway?
I have no idea.
Do you think we should
Cronus.
ask? Do you
What'd you say?
think we should ask Shaldrax?
Sure, I guess, but I don't know how much he would know. This may actually be. Well, yeah, we could ask Alatrax.
Or
But, yeah, I mean, sounds like quite a dream.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like I'm just frustrated. I feel like we're spinning around in circles in the dark, and I don't know what we're supposed to do to stop this shadow curtain.
Yeah, it just feels like we're like gaining what's needed, gaining like our skills and RPGs before like the big event happens and we have to fight a boss or something.
I somehow don't think that may be part of it, but I don't know if it's going to be as simple. I mean, when I looked at the other side when we were going towards the edge of the curtain, and I saw a ton of bad shit. I don't think we can fight all of that bad shit.
Probably not. Yeah, I saw that too.
We need to find the source.
Source of the Shadow Curtain.
Yeah, something must be causing it, or someone.
True.
Well, hopefully, maybe whatever Sabrina is calling about may lead us to it. I don't know. I don't know.
Guess we could like talk to Shaldrax first, maybe.
Let's start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm laughing at something out there.
Oh my god.
So yes, actually, before I leave the room, I'm like, so other than like, you know, that, are you doing okay, Sejun? I feel like, sorry about this, I feel like everything that's been happening has kind of been overshadowing what's been going on with you lately.
I guess I could be better, but I guess I could be a lot worse. I just want to like get out of the Shadow Curtain and find out what happened to my parents. Like, I don't know if they got corrupted by Femori while I was like disappeared off the radar or something. I just hope they're okay.
Then we better hurry, and then I open the door.
And I go through it.
And we go to shallow tracks.
Yeah.
What is Sabrina doing?
Sabrina's gonna step outside and call the cops that Misha probably gave her the number for, who were looking into Robert Jones for her.
Call in the cops.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a gift for that. Good. Hello, Mount Vernon Police Department. How can I help you?
Hi, this is Sabrina. I was over there recently, for working for Misha. I believe I asked you guys to look into a name for me.
You remember which one of us?
Um, did I get a, like, badge number or name?
Wait, you're the really tall one, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jonathan! There's a bit of a ruffling. This is Officer J. Snarks. What's going on?
Hi, I asked you to look into a Robert Jones the other day.
Oh yeah. What do you want to know?
Just what did you get on him? Does he have any record? Did you get us, like, any information on him that makes him stick out?
Yeah, it's not gonna help you too much. Died
He died.
He's declared dead.
How long ago did he die?
Let's see here. Let's look through this file right here. Okay, let's see. Hit by a car. Transferred to Manchester Regional. Transferred to hospice care. Declared dead shortly after hospice. Is there a date? Is there a date? I don't see a date. Why is there no date in this thing? That? About 2 weeks ago, give or take.
You said 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but today is the 6th, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for the information.
Actually, hold on. Hold on. I have a better date for you because I'm on the wrong page. Where is my page? Because I actually specifically wrote this down. It's not where I think it is, though.
How about say, because my dad just visited him a few days ago.
Okay. I have here's the official dates I have. December 2nd, hit by a car. December 9th was transferred out of Manchester Regional to Mark Wentworth Hospice. 3 days later, he died. Let's see. I have the official date somewhere. It's not on my main page for some reason.
Is anyone currently in like the house, like any of the elders?
He died officially 12/16/2018. Thank you. I screwed that up.
Yeah. Are any of the like elders, like Heather or Shallowtrax or Misha, in the building?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go in. Hey, do you guys know a Robert Jones at all?
They shake their heads. Nope.
Okay, because according to your guys, Misha, he died on the 16th last month, and my dad visited him on the 2nd of this month.
That's weird.
Yeah. I'll say, you're seeing the problem here?
He saw a dead man?
He went to a senior care facility for a guy who died a month ago, and he apparently got in and talked to them.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I'm wondering if this guy is connected to the BBW.
BBW? What's a BBW?
Well, I mean, that depends on the context, but
Heather just has a smirk on her face. Misha just is looking horrified. Shalatrax just goes, huh?
yeah, I'll show them like the text if I can, like if I got like a screenshot or something.
You have the phone still.
Yeah.
Hit the phone.
I'll say, it looks like he might know something about the curtain too.
BBW. Let's look at what's the area code? That's curious.
What?
Area code is up by Mount Washington.
Is that like a big place for us?
Mount Washington, near North Conway. There's another sept up there.
So, think my dad was working with someone from that sept?
He might have known somebody.
And the question would be then, why do they know something about the shadow curtain and aren't sharing it with us?
Your
You have to-
dad didn't know anyone here, did he?
I don't know. You, don't... Well, I'm trying to think. You guys didn't seem to know him at all, seeing as how you couldn't even tell me he would have been a kinfolk.
Wasn't on our radar.
Yeah. I'll say, he apparently knew people down near the sept where Shallowtrack's mom is.
Shalatrax Crosses his arms, kind of makes a bit of a sigh.
Yeah. I guess it's possible if he had in-state contacts, it would have been there. So I guess that raises the question of which is more suspicious, the possible SEP member who is hiding information about the curtain, or the dead guy who my dad visited.
Heather looks to shallow tracks. You just got that classic grin on his face. They look at each other. Make me a roll. I know, we're gonna make one.
Oh, nice.
Empathy, charisma.
Empathy, charisma.
Diff 6.
Uh,
Empathy.
difficulty 6.
Mhm.
So that's 5 dice.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Sabrina's on a roll today.
Haha, roll, get it.
Let's see here. What do I have that might be of useful to you? There we go. Heather looks a little bit. There was a Black Fury before I came here. That was here.
Is she still in the state?
She's not in this plane of existence.
She's in the penumbra?
No.
The umbra?
Think further.
The outer umbra?
When a Garu dies, their essence often goes to their tribal homelands.
Greece?
Yes, Greece.
Oh, we can't exactly get to Greece right now.
It's not exactly Greece. They're called the homeland realms. They're a bit further away. Everyone has one in the near Umbra. Ours is sort of Grecian in legend. Rocky mountains, rivers, the ocean, a little bit overgrown in the wild. Probably resembles more ancient Greece.
Would we be able to get there?
Not with this wall up. I have not seen a single moon bridge out past the Umbra since we've been locked down.
Yeah. I'll say we got like this huge dome of spirits going on.
Dead end. Good try though.
Actually, have you guys like tried seeing what's at like the center of this spirit thing?
The center?
Well, yeah, like you ever played like D&D? There's always like a center focal point of the spell. If we're like in a giant dome of spirits, there has to be somewhere in the center that they were like ordered from.
Heather tilts her head to the side. What's a D&D? Is that like a thing you wear? Like is that a bra size?
Alright, I'm gonna grab like a napkin and like pencil and like draw out. Alright, like say you have like a thing that can do a 20-foot radius, right?
Mm-hmm.
A radius goes out from the circle, creates a 40-foot circle.
Wait.
So-
We're gonna do this right. Draw it for us, my friend.
Oh, I can barely draw. But
Let's see
Sabrina
you draw this.
Sabrina pulls out MS Paint.
Welcome to our class.
All right. Okay, actually, I can do this. So you have like a circle, and it's cast from the center, right? So if it has a 20-foot radius to this circle, it's going to make a 40-foot sphere. If this person made like a several mile circle of spirits, that must mean they made like a focal point center for it. And if it does match up with New Hampshire's shape exactly, then what's at the corners of this like shape that's making the spirits churn and recognize where to go?
Misha kind of looks a little impressed. Heather goes, we haven't checked that.
Sorry, water down the wrong pipe.
Oh,
It just seems to be around the whole borders of the state, so it looks a little, I don't know, it kind of looks like a weird potato. So it kind of like,
Well, then that just brings up the question of what's like at the corners that the spirits can recognize it. We didn't exactly have New Hampshire as like a Umbra shape, did we?
it's a concept. It's
Yeah.
something they could recognize as sort of a point of being. You'd have to talk to some. I hate the mages, but they can explain it better. Concepts manifest in the Umbra, and Umbra concepts manifest in the real. A concept of a state, while man-made, is a concept nonetheless, similar to your shape. Someone probably just said, I want for the whole state, and drew upon that concept. But that does tell us something. If it was
Yeah.
something that's actually quite brilliant, she says. You bring up a very good point. The
And
fact,
if you're trying to do a concept, when you need like something for them to like base the concept off, so maybe like they cast it from somewhere that's like connected to the state in some way.
someone built this concept not off of a mathematical radius. They built it off of a belief, a collectively agreed upon human construct of a concept. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Meaning, it's not very scientific in nature, it's more belief made. That tells us quite a bit. Meaning, it's something a spirit would wish for, rather than something strictly make us a pattern box of geological nature. Misha looks around, coughs a bit. It's like, so it's something complex and probably man-made. He's like, yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
That's still interesting.
You didn't hang up with the cop, did you?
Uh, the cop.
Mhm.
I'll say I called them. They would told me about the what's his face, Robert Jones.
Did you hang up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably. I'll say I doubt they'd sit on hold for like 3 minutes while she explained this.
Oh,
Probably not.
Yeah, just comp on the other end, like, oh yeah, I've played D&D.
popping the other end. I was a level 15 warlock.
I would probably imagine Connor and Stajan, if he wants to probably wander back here at some point.
Heather speaks and says one thing before you go. There were 2 Black Furies here. There was one named Victoria, and there was another one named Forceful Wind. She was a lupus. Both the Victoria died on the old elder that was here's raid on the outside. Forceful died a couple years ago. 2 years ago, I'm saying. Right when I showed up. Right after I showed up, excuse me. Before I showed up. I'm always her replacement.
Anyone die or disappear before this curtain went up?
Like directly before?
Like a week or so before, maybe?
Mm-mm. Well, yeah. There were a couple. Yeah.
Do you think that could be like connected at all? Because so far we seem to be the only people who can control spirits a lot. And just saying like a concept of New Hampshire sounds like something you would come up with rather than someone who was just trying to make like a more basis of a circle.
Probably about I want to say a week or so before, a couple days before the whole mess started. There were a couple of Garu that went on a raid. Didn't really say too much. They were kind of our monkey wrenchers. We let them do what they want to do. And, well, we didn't hear from some of them. Never heard from some of them. I think there was... Who was it? It was Tristan, Mildred, and Hansel. Shadow Lord, get a Fenris. Never heard back from them.
Any idea where they went?
No.
I'm not saying it might be connected then if they went missing just before that and like there were those crazy werewolves that attacked us near the border.
That's a good point. We kind of thought maybe they were lost behind enemy lines. It's not unheard of for a Garu to go lost for a couple days, and maybe they got caught in this whole mess. That's something I never considered, though. Maybe...
Well, maybe while we're considering that, we get Sejun to try tracking that phone number then. I'll say maybe it will lead you to where those guys went if it was them, or maybe it will tell us who's hiding the fact that they know about the curtain.
Misha, the 2 of them were Shadow Lords. You don't know anything, do you? Heather looks over. Misha's eyebrows raise up. They didn't tell me much. For some reason, they didn't trust me very much.
Well, didn't you teach us not to trust Shadow Lords?
I taught you very well, it seems. That was... What was it? December 19th, the 20th, give or take. 2-3 days beforehand.
Well, that definitely sounds suspicious. Let's say, and I know at least one of your rituals that takes 3 days to do, based on what Sejun and Connor were bragging about, yelling at the sun.
Oh, shallow tracks looks. So you saw that?
I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore a bunch of wolves like yelling at the break of daylight every day for 3 days.
You guys really, really should take a Helios. It's a really good totem.
Yeah. Well, when Sejun gets back here, I guess we could ask him about that, though.
So, when did you say that Robert Jones died?
The 12th, I believe it was. No, wait, was it the 12th of December?
I gave you 2 dates, so I'm going to give you this for free because I had to look it up myself because I have a small typo because I did it backwards. And 15/12 was not a date. 12/15 is the date he died.
Nah. He died the 15th, just right around when your people went missing, too.
So he died the 15th. Misha kind of.
And my dad visited him last week.
He did not die the 15th. Three of ours went missing on the 20th. We were busy on the 21st, and the 22nd is when this crazy thing happened.
Yeah. Or maybe he did die and something's impersonating him. My dad did go missing just a couple days afterwards. Could your, like, weird worm thing, like, impersonate a dead guy?
The dead are dead. Once the body stops moving, the soul passes on.
True, but could something look like the dead?
Vampires? You have a little experience with them. Connor, Sejun, at this point, if you want to come back in, by all means.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So you come in, you catch probably about half of this.
Half. Okay. I just kind of look at when there's a lull in the conversation. I just kind of look at Seiju and just kind of murmur like, "If you want to tell them, it's up to you."
I wordlessly nod and like go to the soundtracks. So I think I had a weirdly prophetic dream last night.
Yeah.
So the sky rose and cracked up again, and then a woman told me that on Cronus' day, when the sky turns to ice, a motherless bird shall manifest by Sigan's light. Cronus' day is Saturday, right? Because Cronus is Saturn.
Maybe. That's a good. Yeah, but like, the ice doesn't turn to. What? That doesn't make sense.
What? When's our
I mean,
when's our 2 week thing up?
Well, you were born on the 1st, 15th. You got about a week.
Yeah.
About to say, but what day is that? Like in terms of days?
If
the
Seijun's
15th is Monday,
Uh,
and Saturday is on the 13th.
Alright.
I've just trying to figure out what a motherless birth means in this instance, and what
C-section? Haven't you guys
that.
ever read the Scottish play?
No. I
No.
just have a feeling it's a little bit more complicated than that.
I mean, That's like classic though, where he's like, "No man by woman born can kill me," and it turns out to be C-section is the answer.
Mm, maybe.
I have never heard of that solution to this problem.
I've also never heard of Segan.
I know Carl Sagan, but that's
Rest
not
in peace,
probably
Carl
not
Sagan.
one of them. Sabrina, did you need me right now for some reason?
Oh yeah.
He's-
I need you to use your magic tech powers to track a phone number.
Agent frowns a little at this. And probably,
Alright.
I guess I could try. Oh, also, shout tracks. I probably didn't get all. See, I kind of your howling woke me up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Not sorry. And I guess we're just gonna have to knock you out and put you back to sleep again. Makes sense.
Oh my god.
I'm about to say, like, do you need us to like call the number or something for you to track it? Like, how does it work?
Let me see.
Actually, if we call it and he answers, we could put it on speaker, and maybe one of you guys would recognize it too while we're tracking it.
Honestly, if any of us call it, we would probably need to have some sort of security to avoid getting reverse tracked.
But if we're looking for him, if he knows where we are, then he can come find us, and will save us the effort.
I don't know if he's come to find us, then we shouldn't like. Maybe we shouldn't reveal ourselves then. I don't know.
Work from the shadows before we reveal ourselves.
Or Misha pipes up a little bit. You could maybe, I don't know, just call the number from like a secure line and just hear what people say.
Like a payphone?
Yeah, like you know what a payphone is?
Yes, we know
I
what
mean-
a payphone is.
I haven't seen one in like 4 years at
Or
least.
like a burner phone or a Skype or anything that's disposable.
Or like my dad's phone, who no one is going to really need after this.
That too.
Give it a shot.
And since like this guy was contacting my dad, maybe he'd be quick to answer for a number that he's been trying to contact for a couple days.
Probably.
Sure, why not?
Sabrina, are you doing the honors?
Sure, you need to set up your tech stuff.
Let me see. Do I need to? I need to use like plug and play again to do this thing. Like, let me just read.
What are you trying to do here is the $1 million question. Eventually they're getting into plot.
We've been getting into plot.
Plug and play lets you just use something as if it's like it lets you integrate systems.
So basically, I could. Like get the other phone's GPS location using my plug and play gift right now.
Plug and play, yeah.
Hmm. That's beyond the use of the gift. It basically lets you. It lets you make your device compatible with everything. Less makes it like a super one-stop shop, does everything just because you say to. However, a good hacker can probably well, do what you want to do without the need of a gift.
Xavian is good at computers, though.
Quite good.
Computer aptitude. -2 to all difficulties to computers. Sabrina, maybe you could like try calling him, and I could try and use your phone, try and use your dad's phone to figure out.
Well, couldn't you like plug and play it to where like you could be on your phone or computer typing it out while I'm making the call, so we don't have to like try and split it?
But I don't know. I don't think that like this allows me to like use my phone to like literally do everything.
Oh yeah, I was saying though, like I make the call, and since your phone is connected to this one apparently, then like you're hacking on your phone while I'm making the call.
Connor's gonna pipe up and say, I think we may be overthinking this.
Yeah, good point. Let's just make the call.
Yeah, Sabrina.
I can feel the judgment of like a god who wants us to move on with like something called the plot.
Oh my god.
Connor's a literary student, but he's a thinky person. He's like, guys, can we just call them or something?
All right, I'll call the phone number and set it to speaker so Heather and Shallow Tracks and Misha can hear it in case they recognize the voice.
But you'll be the only one speaking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will make that clear before I like plug in the number.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Make the call then.
Yes. BBW.
Doop, doop, doop.
It rings about 6 or 7 times, but then it finally does. Hi, this is Jimmy from Echo Lake State Park. This is the ranger station. What can I do for you?
Hi. I'm calling for Martin Jameson. He lost his phone. He said I just needed to call you and say that he needed to meet up with you.
I don't know a Martin Jameson. There's a bunch of people that use this phone, though.
Oh. Really?
Yeah, it's kind of the unofficial ranger station sort of cell phone we keep here. The lines keep going dead, so a bunch of people use the phone.
Oh. I'll say, would Wynn's going to judge me for this, but are there any big, beautiful women working here?
God damn it.
Heather is just going to put her hands to her head and pull back her scalp a little bit, and then just shake her head back and forth. Misha is just gonna smile toothily and just go, really? It's this exact meme which I will be pasting to you right now.
Yeah, the contact just says BBW.
It's that exact meme.
Yeah.
It's not that I recognize where I'm this from.
I also feel like that's a good image. That's actually also a very good summary for our pack.
I can hear the judgment when.
One more time for good measure, because I'm on stream. This is Heather. This is Shallow Tracks. And this is Misha. Where were we? Big, beautiful women?
Yeah, the contact name is just BBW.
Is this a camera show?
No, sorry. Could you just make a note then that Martin called, just in case any of the other rangers come through and see this?
You're kind of weird, lady. Yeah, I can make a note here. Where are you calling from?
Oh, I'm calling from Manchester University.
Manchester University.
Yeah, tell him that Martin said you meet him just outside the main campus doors at 12 on Wednesday.
Let me write this down. So 12 on Wednesday. Main campus doors. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
PM or AM?
Oh, which one is noon?
PM?
Alright, I actually forgot out of character.
Oh my god.
That absent-minded flaw coming up.
Okay, but hear me out. 12 a.m. is the start,
Oh my.
but it goes like 1 through 11, and then it goes 12 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but it's noon.
I don't know. I just how. Oh, never mind.
Thank you.
Right. If you click.
Connor his head is in his hand.
Where Misha just shakes his. Where was that?
Something ranger station? I don't know. Weren't you doing something, Sejun?
So I'm gonna use didactic memory to like remember it. Echo something Ranger Station?
Echo Lake State Park is what he said. Connor
Echo
pipes
Lake.
up.
Echo Lake State Park. Echo Lake State Park.
Is that near any steps or anything?
Where the heck is that?
I actually don't know.
Misha looks over to the Glasswalker. Glasswalker,
Yes.
you know how to Google foo, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's Vermont.
Lake State Park.
Oh wait, no, never mind. It is New Hampshire. I don't know why I thought Vermont.
It popped up as Vermont for a moment before coming up as New Hampshire, and it is. It's upstate.
Yes.
That's near one of your guys' steps, isn't it?
Yeah. North Conway. Yeah, that's the nearest town of the White Mountain Sept.
Did Heather talk to them?
Heather looks and says, "Hi." Yeah, did.
What's going on up there?
Yeah.
They're hunkering down and investigating before acting. It's actually quite noble. Usually we don't see that among Guru.
So
So
There's
girl
a-
usually after they investigate.
there's apparently someone there then who knows my dad and knows about the curtain.
Well, they all kind of probably know about the curtain at this point in time.
Well, I mean,
And then
I'll say he said he had a lead on the third, which was when you came back, wasn't it? Or day after you came back.
Yeah.
And they didn't call or send any word down about that.
Not every Guru talks to every Guru. There's probably about 20 of them. It's a much bigger sept up there.
Well,
But you
Why-
think that would be still something they'd send word down about if they had a lead?
Maybe.
yeah, I mean, we're all
maybe
kind
not.
of stuck here. Why wouldn't they spread the word?
Know if any of them are rangers?
I'm sure a lot of them are rangers in their day jobs.
Sounds like we need to talk to them.
Yeah. But we also have this dead guy who's apparently alive who might be connected.
Is that the place? Didn't you have a parking pass for that place?
Yeah. I think it's in Portsmouth, I think it was, or yeah, Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
That's your hometown. You ever go by it?
Probably, yeah.
Probably some. Well,
I'll say it's senior living.
which is code for hospice.
Yeah. But he died in hospice almost a month before my dad visited him.
A couple days before everything went to shit, too.
Yeah. So apparently he's not dead if they let him visit. I'm gonna try and call the center if I could get a number.
Should be actually a number. Let's see. Was there a number on any of the documents that you got?
Doesn't look like it, but I could probably Google foo.
I'll let you Google through it.
Yeah. I'll say type in the name, click that little call button.
Ring, 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 ring. Ring, 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 ring. Ring, ring, ring.
Ring, 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 ring.
And then
ring,
finally, there is an answer. Hello, you've reached Jessica from Mark Wentworth's Senior Living. How may I help you?
Oh, hi. I was actually wanting to schedule a visitation, if that would be okay.
What's the name?
Robert Jones. This is Sabrina Jones. I'm his granddaughter. I'm just wanting to schedule an appointment.
There's no Robert Jones here. I'm sorry.
Are you sure?
Yes, he unfortunately passed. Quite. He's no longer here.
When did that happen?
I'm sorry. Did you, what was your name again?
Sabrina Jones. I'm his granddaughter.
I need a quick pause. Roll me charisma empathy. Give 7.
I'm going to spend a willpower.
You can spend a willpower. You can use. You have persuasion as well, don't you?
Oh yeah. Can I also do persuasion?
You may use persuasion. There is a little thing with persuasion, however. It requires a prerequisite roll. Charisma subterfuge diff 7.
Yes.
It's a reflexive.
All right. I'm going to also spend the willpower though because this is not a roll I want to mess up on.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's 6 dice.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now we have plot.
No.
Are you using the willpower on the gift?
On the actual roll, not the gift.
All right then.
So that's going to lower all difficulties by 1, correct?
Mm-hmm. Base 7. Now it's a 6.
All right. So that's charisma plus subterfuge. Difficulty
Empathy.
6.
Empathy.
Empathy.
All right. So that's a 5 dice, and I'm using the whatchamacallit, the willpower.
Mm-hmm.
Whatchamacallit.
Oh, I'm just going to re-roll that 6. Or that 5.
Aw.
1, 2.
All right, so that's 6 successes.
Counts as a crit too.
Yeah.
She's telling you this, and there's a hesitation in her voice, a quiver. Something's not quite entirely correct. Yeah, he's unfortunately no longer with us. We were able to turn the body over to the local facilities, and no one that was we don't have him here. I don't know where he is.
When did he die? My friend Martin Jameson just visited him on the 2nd.
Martin Jameson.
Yeah.
I don't have a recognition of anyone visiting him. He only died maybe I want to say like a week or so ago, and if he's not at the hospitals or the funerals, maybe it's just a paperwork issue.
Right. So you said that my friend didn't even visit the place?
I don't. I was on vacation last week, so I don't recall.
Thank you.
Yeah, click.
So she's saying he died a week ago.
Heather nods a
Huh.
little bit. Yup, liar. Big time liar.
Alright. What do you say we break into a retirement home?
Misha just
Not
has this
retirement.
massive grin on his face.
Oh no.
It's like it's Christmas!
Ah,
Heather just looks and goes, "We had Christmas here less than a month ago. It was horrible."
wait, what happened here in Christmas?
Because that's not even the official report, and they gave me the wrong answer.
Time to go to the retirement home, I guess.
Well, hospice care.
Hospice retirement home.
Misha, you have that ID badge I gave you, right?
That's
Yes?
I'd say, how hard do you think it might be to put, like, a fake picture of one of us over it?
Mm, mm. Desmond's pretty good with forging stuff. Ask him.
Alright. I could probably convince him. Now, I'll say, if we could get, like, Connor's face, since he's the oldest one here, let's face it, on that, we could probably have him sneak in as being, like, a visiting doctor or something.
maybe. Yeah.
You know a lot about like.
Connor is pretty ugly, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
Not say,
I parents too, asshole.
You
So
did take appearance too.
Yeah,
So did
that's
Sejun.
average.
Only Sabrina has appearance 3.
So I'm not in the ugly department, I'm just average looking.
Yeah. I'll say, if we could get Desmond to do that, we just get him, like, a doctor's clothes or something. Get me and Sejun here some, like, scrubs or something, and we'll pretend to be, like, nurses for him, and we could probably sneak in.
Misha looks to be bobbing his head. Heather just kind of grins like, "You came up with a plan. This is better than most first changers that just want to, jump in and blow and rip everyone up."
Well,
I kind of raise my eyebrow at all of them at this point. And I say, isn't there a part of the litany where you respect those beneath ye, or something like that? Did I hear that right?
There's a lot of idiots that first change.
like, I was thinking we could break in, but, Krynos form's kind of scary, and I don't think breaking into a hospice home in Krynos form's going to exactly help anyone.
I mean,
I don't. Yeah.
at this point, Sagan also takes out a gun. His gun.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Where did you?
I also have this.
Shallow Track just goes, "Where the fuck did you get that?"
Just because.
I thought he was gonna point it at them.
When did you get that?
Okay, time out.
Did Pete
my
give
God.
you that?
Did you just say that?
Heather goes, "Did Pete give you that? Because I'm going to beat the shit out of him."
So pull out my gun.
Everyone, you just imagine you hear the. What you say?
Oh my god.
I just randomly found the gun while I was on the like spiritual thing with the bastard.
So wait.
Have you just been carrying that around this whole time?
I may or not be playing a meme.
Oh my god.
I legitimately thought Sejun was gonna threaten them with a gun for a second.
I was like, I know I've been kind of mean to say June, but
Sejun just had it. He snapped.
here we thought Sabrina was going to be the one forced the worm.
Oh my god, what have I done?
We'll go with one more meme.
Okay.
Yes, that's Seijun.
Eventually, they're gonna get to the part that's the plot, but probably not tonight at this rate, because it's already been 3 hours.
I mean, we got pretty close to starting the plot.
We could always start next episode.
Yeah, I was saying we're apparently planning a heist, not a heist.
A heist. And
It's
while Sabrina was explaining the plan, Seijun decides to pull out that gun that he got.
You sure did pull out the gun.
I wish I had one of those soundboards so I could just play like the gun cocking noise. Just
Okay, so I will admit that I have used a rifle before, but I haven't used a pistol, but I know how guns work.
okay. Here's the thing: this plan was calling for like subterfuge, pretending to be doctors, and like bullets aren't good cures. This isn't Overwatch.
So
I mean, like, if there's like a really, there's like, if things really go to worse, I guess I kind of have something that we can make
So
use
let's-
of.
sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Seijun. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could. If things truly go to worse, then at least we kind of have this failsafe without turning Kranos.
Yes. Hmm. So let's iron out the details. We're gonna go to this place. We're gonna pose as doctor and some attendants, I guess, and see what's wrong. Cause something is obviously wrong here.
Yeah, you could pretend to be a like doctor just sent in by the hospital to deal with like a couple of the patients.
Right, but what is? So what? Sorry, what specifically are we looking for? We're looking for the more details as to what happened to this Robert Jones person, correct?
Yeah. Once we get in, I could probably peel off and get to the records office and steal a couple of the things on him.
Not to sound rude, but I don't know if there's some like evil stuff going on here. I don't know if they'd write it down unless they they forgot to erase a discrepancy or something.
If we could find something that says like something other than what we told, it could help us.
I guess it's worth a shot.
Yeah. I'll say, and we also have that meeting possibly scheduled with BBW.
On Wednesday.
Wednesday.
When
And we also have
Today is
Seijun's.
Monday.
Yeah, we also have
And-
Seijun's vision that I am. Well, I don't. If it's on Saturday, I'd rather not wait to find out what it means on that day.
yeah, we could deal with that Friday or Thursday.
Sure.
Tomorrow's Tuesday too. So when are we doing this? Tomorrow?
Yeah, I was about to say, do you think Desmond can work that fast?
Depends on how much of an incentive you give him.
I can be incentive.
He'd like that.
The double date thing. Sabrina, you can cut out.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And Heather, so I have a question I want to. I'm still hung up on this. So these other Garu at the Sept up north, they are investigating stuff, but so it's them, us, and is there any other Septs nearby in the state?
Officially, no. There's a couple scattered Guru littered here and there, but not many. Less than I can count in my hand, and I haven't reached out to them. There's also the Guru that we can't find. Maybe they are hiding. Maybe they know something. Maybe they were captured. Maybe they ran into a wall. Or maybe they wanted to go home for Christmas and the message got captured, and they didn't tell anyone. Not the first time that's happened.
I feel like we should, I don't know, try to get us all working together, at least until we break down this wall.
I tried. I went up there, laid on the charms, which is very hard for me.
Is it possible that they're the ones behind this wall?
No.
What's their-
Absolutely not.
What's their issue? My grandfather mentioned, I think if I have this right, something about how they didn't help him and his pack.
Shallow tracks? He looks up. Do you want to explain it? His eyes roll a little bit. I can do it quickly if it would help. That is, unless you guys want to do it later.
I guess give us the short version for now, I guess.
Okay. This is before I was born. Before really any of this. But in 1993, remember that era?
Yeah.
I wasn't born yet.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
I was barely born.
There was a raid on the White Mountains Cairn, and they called the old man Cairn, Sept of the Clipped Wing, as it was called then, for assistance. But they got delayed. And in their delay, they blamed those individuals there for taking their quote-unquote good sweet times. That's, well, really I think they were just angry because by the time that Sepp got up there, their Karen Elder was critically wounded and lost. Fast forward to 2003 when the Black Spirals attacked. 10 years later, there were some vampires with them, and, well, she was on the other foot. The White Mountaineers, the Mountaineers, found themselves similarly delayed, taking their good sweet time. And, well, on their way down, so they say, they found an ambush. In that ambush, they found certain vampires, and one of them said that the whole thing was a ploy to get the White Mountaineers out of their cairn and launch a real attack on them. As a result, they retreated, which led to the cairn of the old man becoming a certified bloodbath, and, well, more Gyre than needed to dying, the cairn falling, and then being retaken.
Pieces fall in place. So they're upset and don't really want anything to do with other Garu, is what I'm getting from this.
It's a mix of a couple things. One of them is shame. They know if they had come down and helped, probably wouldn't have lost that cairn. And none of it, a little bit also, is excessive pride. They don't want to admit that they screwed up, so they've adopted a further isolationist mentality. Make sense?
Yes. But
We're very prideful. It's one of our biggest flaws.
well, someone should tell them that they can be proud all they want once we figure out how to get rid of the shadow curtain. Because right now, we can't afford to be like this, it seems.
I can tell you exactly what their leader is going to say to you, and you're not going to like it.
Oh, wait. Can I guess?
Please, by all means, let's see how learned good you've been taught.
I'm gonna say you're a cub, you know nothing, you're naive, and go away.
You I already know what Arakois is going to say. Arakois is a very older elder up there. Rank 5 of the Wendigo tribe. He has managed to kill a Nexus crawler. His brother was killed by one of them, and he managed to slaughter a Nexus crawler. I don't think we've told you what a Nexus crawler is, have we?
You don't think so? Also, what?
I know what a Nexus is.
Also, I don't know who the Wendigo. I mean, I heard stories, but
They call themselves the Older Brother. They're one of the two remaining First Nation related Garu tribes.
oh,
We should really have a primer about what all the tribes are one of these days. As long as you know what the Black Sparrows are, we're good.
still, I mean, it seems so obvious that if we pooled our resources, we'd have a better chance.
It perhaps does. And Shallow Tracks continues, and when Heather can't, she's a rank 4 Garu, can't convince them to spread out, not yet at least. What makes you think you're going to do better than her?
I mean, what do I have to lose? The worst thing they could say is no, as long as I'm respectful.
You don't have anything to lose, except the one thing that you don't have very much of.
Time.
You got it. You're welcome to try, and you might be successful, and I encourage you, if you feel that strongly, to go about and do it. Honestly, if you think you can make a difference, you should do it. But you have a week before we have to throw you into a rite of passage. I have to think up something for that if it doesn't fall flat in our face.
Takes what? I mean, I ran up just to the dead cairn. I ran throughout the night just to get there, and it didn't take too long. It's the White Mountain is somewhat more north of that, correct?
The fastest wolf. The fastest wolf I ever heard could go maybe a Mach 5 tornado, Mach 1 tornado, but that's just a rumor. 25 to 30 miles on average.
I just feel like our chances would be better if we tried to talk to them.
I don't disagree with you, and if you want to go up there and try to make allies, it's not the worst call. With that said, it's probably at least a half day's journey just to get up to the main road, and maybe at least another fourth just to get up to the Sept area.
So if we have our heist Friday, and if we have our heist Tuesday, and if we meet up with the BBW on Wednesday, that leaves us
Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday's when you think your dream is going to come to pass or something.
Why are you doing the heist on, you said Thursday?
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
yes.
Do you really think it's, well?
Alright. So I have a dumb idea for it. If we can get in, each of us has something we could probably do in there. Connor gets us in with the fake ID. He goes, looks for Robert Jones. I can go and break into the physical records room and whatnot and look through there. And if we could get Sejun to a computer, he could probably link it up to his phone and download the records that they have there.
Yeah.
You could always do some research on who's there now, Misha says.
True, but we're looking for a dead guy who's there.
What's your reason for getting in there?
Because this guy apparently faked his death around the time that the thing started. My dad visited him shortly after my first change, and he went crazy soon after that. No, he went and visited this guy the day after he thought I died. He went insane shortly after that, and it seems like they don't even have an official story for when he died, so it's possible he has something to do with this or knows someone who does.
Heather looks at you with a sort of soft grin. Your dad didn't go crazy. He was infested by a Fomori. He became a Fomori. He was infested by a Bane.
And no, he still apparently had enough sound mind after he thought I died to go visit this guy for something. A guy who's supposed to be legally dead. And then
So you
shortly
think,
after this Bane gets him.
so you think that this guy put the Bane in your father?
I'm saying he seems to have faked his death shortly before this thing goes up. They don't even have an official story where he died if she's lying like she seems to be. And for all we seem to know, my dad visits him shortly after he thinks I die, and then goes and gets infested by a Bane.
Wonder if we could. When maybe we find out where Robert Jones used to live. Maybe find places he frequented.
I'll say, because my dad literally got infested by the Bane pretty much immediately after he went and visited this guy.
Yeah.
I'll say. So if we can get in, find some records, or even find this guy, we could probably get at least some sort of lead, because even if we go there, we'd still probably find records of where he lived before he was admitted to hospice.
I guess it's a start, but
Yeah.
how do you? That. Well, Heather called it out herself. She said that the person talking on the line was lying, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, so they're hiding something, and they know they are.
We have to do something, so.
No, getting into the easy or the hard part, because if we're captured, we just say we were going for the bathroom or something. They lead us to the bathroom or whatever. We hop into the penumbra through the mirror, and then we get out of there easy enough.
The fact that you've
Sure.
Heather speaks up. The fact that you've even alerted them now means they might be doing things to cover their butts. But a single day, will it make a difference? I don't know.
We may have to go today. What time? Sorry, what time out of character? What time is it today?
We'll go at 3:30. No, we said it was breakfast. We'll say noon.
That's
Do we have time to go there right now?
it'd be about an hour drive there.
I mean, we're running low on time as it is, so we might as well try today, tonight, something like that.
If you want to do tonight, we could just break in after closing when it's a graveyard shift.
Or yeah, I mean, we could just get there in an hour and try to do the thing, but then we have to hopefully have Desmond really hurry up on the fake ID.
I could be persuasive.
Just so we cover our bases. Does anyone have any other ideas, just in case?
Any other ideas on how to infiltrate?
Other
Could
ideas,
always
other ideas how we could find this guy too.
About say, it will probably take them about an hour anyway to find out he didn't have a granddaughter named Sabrina unless he's still alive and they ask him. So by the time, if we get down there in like 2 hours or 3, they shouldn't have had much time to start destroying evidence.
Hopefully.
Worst comes to worst, you ever seen a Better Call Saul? We just grab the recycling bin.
Grab the recycling bin and what? Hide in it?
Unless they have a shredding machine. Well, whatever. Anyways.
Well, that's what they did on like Better Call Saul. They shredded all the evidence, but they like took out the recycling bin and like put the papers back together.
Oh, I get it.
I don't even know if we have time for that even, but sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys... I mean, what do you think? And I asked the elder Garu. Misha, you don't seem convinced about this plan. I mean, you don't really seem convinced about anything we do at all, but why don't you explain your reasoning here?
I mean, I don't really have to explain anything. This is just amusing for me to see the Cubs sort of plan. It's quite cute, actually.
I think maybe we ought to try to find where this Robert Jones lived and see what we can find there too.
That's why I'm saying though, if we get down there, we either find him faking his death here since my dad visited him there, or he's not there and we find where he lived on his documents there.
Misha coughs this through a little bit. So, here's the thing. If you're going to go with a social route, you're probably going to be better than us because there's this thing called the curse. Don't think we've told you too much about that. In general, there's something called rage. You felt it, you've been exposed to it, you've thought of me as you've moved faster, quicker, and better than ever before. But that same blessing has a couple downsides. One of them is it makes any real social interaction with the normals very difficult. So if Heather here, who is pretty much a raging railroad furnace, decided to walk into that building, they would just be put off by her. Naturally so. She's a fine specimen of, well, fury. She blushes a little bit, she grins a little bit, and then firmly punches Misha in the shoulder. Yeah, I deserve that. But we can have your backs if things do go south by the way of, well, greater means. We have you with some stealth, we can run some small distractions, and we know a couple people in the area that we can introduce you to if you come up with an idea.
That's a good point. If we have like if like we're gonna naturally scare people, we need to probably. Wait, how good's Desmond at lying?
He is a Silver Fang. Average.
About to say, we could probably convince him then to be the doctor so he won't put people off at all.
Sabrina, didn't they say something about not putting kinfolk at risk before Garu or something?
Huh?
Yeah.
He might
I don't know
do
if
it.
I don't know if we should put Desmond in that position.
He might do it.
Yeah.
They are kinfolk. They are made to be used.
About to say.
Okay, sure. Anyways.
In the same way that it is honorable for you to do this, it is honorable.
If we kept our heads low, if we naturally scare them a little, they're probably not going to pay much attention to us while we go about our business.
Honey, you're 7'10". I don't think you are going to be very good at fitting in.
No, but nurses do need to be ready to restrain angry patients, so they probably won't think twice about it.
Fair.
Well, whatever we decide to do, we gotta do it quick.
The folly of Kronos. Time is always ticking. Maybe
I
that's...
don't- What?
Folly of Kronos. God damn it. I'm reminded of prophecy again.
I am an asshole. What do you want from me?
I don't
Right.
know if I
Right
don't know
now.
about this plan, but I mean, it's the only place we know of where Robert Jones was at all.
Yeah. And at least he officially died there, so they'd probably have information for where he had been.
Alternatively, we could just go at night and like sneak in.
You do have other options if you choose to take them. You could always go up, stake out this big, beautiful woman, stake out the phone, see what happens.
Actually, I was just thinking of that shoe, Misha. You probably would be best with the phone because aren't you new to the state? They probably wouldn't recognize your voice if you answered.
I could try to go and handle things personally. Heather's probably about the oldest of the group here. Shadowtrax comes and goes as he pleases. Tall Fox doesn't talk. He's actually been here for quite a while, but doesn't like to speak very much. I think the cat has his tongue.
So I guess
You have quite a lot of options. You could probably even go back to your old home and grab your dad's laptop because it's still there.
yeah, and I mean that's closer. Why don't we do that?
Well, it's in the same state or in the same city.
I thought it was in Manchester. Sorry,
No.
I forgot.
Yeah, he lived in Portsmouth.
Oh, okay. I mean, we could start there.
Yeah.
Let's. You know what? I vote we do that. Find out what your dad's side of this was.
So, what should we do until Wednesday then?
How about this? I have time running out here. It's been about 3.5 hours. How about you guys go and talk to Desmond, and I can make a room for you in character for the Discord. I can post it later, and you can discuss as you wish in text. Fair?
Sure.
Sure.
Misha grins a little bit. Cool. Right. I'm gonna go and see if I can talk to the totem spirit, and see if I can figure out if he's willing to wake up from his mud bath in a couple days, and see if he'll tell us if what he has preferred for your rite of passage. I will be heading up to New Hampshire's White Mountains and doing a little stakeout work. Lovely. Heather, are you going with them? She looks to the side a little bit. It's like, yeah, I guess.
It's a plan, I guess.
I love it when a plan comes together.
I hope it does.
I hope it doesn't explode into a million pieces. Like our hopes and dreams.
I feel like I've gone from being the airhead usually in these games to just being like the overly complicated plan person.
And then there's Connor be like, hey, maybe we should just like go talk to them.
Talking works until it doesn't. And then when it doesn't, it usually gets all bloody and angry. But, I mean, you guys can't do worse than what happened a couple of years back on the Golden Gate Bridge. Oh, that was a glorious fuck up.
Wait, what happened there?
What
Are
happened
you
there?
talking about when like, the bridge exploded?
Yeah, no, there was a Bastet that turned into this like 20-foot tall monster, and this Kitsune decided to make a giant black box to shroud the whole thing up, and cars fell off the bridge, and there was live footage, and they had to go up on the TV and make it like this Michael Bay thing. It was not a good use of our resources, so you can't beat that.
You guys did that?
You're kidding me,
Yeah, those guys were pretty dumb.
man. That sounds like a not fun situation.
And you should ask about what happened in Boston.
Oh,
Is this the same thing about same pack that blew stuff up?
Yeah, there was a pack down there that blew stuff up, and there was this really weird Silverfang elder that wanted to make a school for wolves. Such a dumb idea.
I'm starting to notice a pattern about us.
Yeah, we're really good at heightening the dumb. We do a lot of great stuff, but nobody wants to talk about that. We all just want to ridicule each other.
Hmm.
We did do very good in Chicago in 1993. That's probably what the reprisal was of the original attack in the White Mountains, but it was 93.
One day you're gonna have to explain to me how we as a species lived this long.
We're very good at multiplying.
So,
That's what he said.
I guess we've got a plan. I guess we have a plan.
So, you're going to go see Desmond, and we're going to call it a night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Desmond Boyce. He's not too far away from here. There's a farm maybe about a couple miles down the road. The Moon Touched Farm. Closed for the winter, but they have their share of livestock, some grounds that are being properly supported in the winter. Nice old 2-story barn, red, painted classically. There's 3. Let's see here. As you're driven up, shallow tracks decides to give you. He tells you their story. So let's see. There was Toucher. No. There was Callie, Toucher, and their uncle Rich, Silverfang kin. Rich and Toucher were brothers. Callie married Toucher. 3 kids. Desmond's one of them. Jennifer is the other one. There's another one down in Boston by the name of Jimmy. He's at that dumb school for wolves. I don't understand it. Desmond's 27, never really went to college, finished up high school, does a lot of stuff to help the Sept. He's pretty good with a rifle, but never first changed. Any other questions?
Have you ever? I don't know. Is this the worst thing that you've ever experienced as a Garu, the Shadow Curtain business?
It's pretty bad.
At least it's not on fire.
Yeah. Not yet.
Have I gotten anything worse? Well, let's see here. I mean, I'm a potential wanderer. I don't really stick around long enough to really just like I don't know, Cub. It's
So if this ends up and you're alive after this, you're going to leave again.
Yeah. I always wanted to go to Alaska up north. There's a really great winter wolf cairn in the middle of northern. I think it's like a couple hours north of Toronto. Always wanted to go there. Maybe even further north. See how far I can go before I decide to turn around. What's the worst? What's the worst? Pittsburgh was pretty bad. The city's kind of falling apart. Shanghai sucked. There was those weird vampires that are kind of weird. But there's got some fun little. There's like that side sect of glasswalkers, the Boise or something. They're pretty cool. They were nice. But Shanghai is a really chaotic city. Cairo was kind of creepy. Anything else? Eh. Oh yeah, New Orleans. That was the worst. That was the worst.
Are there vampires in New Orleans?
Oh god, there's so like. Oh my god, where do you think Anne Rice got them from?
Wait, Anne Rice is a vampire?
And Rice was a vampire?
No. She heard all the dumb stories though. Come on, where do you think Interview with the Vampire came from?
Oh, wait, is she a werewolf though? She did make that werewolf series.
Oh my god, she's nothing. She's nothing. She's been interviewed multiple times. She heard some stories at the bar and she elaborated them and she has half truths, okay?
So you're saying there's a chance Lestat is real?
No, I'm not. Two, don't get your hopes up. Three, if you mention a single thing about a Seattle, Washington group of vampires, I will strangle you.
Wait, what?
Sparkly ones.
Oh.
Right.
I imagine it's not something you're proud of.
If you mention it to a vampire, they'll go crazy like we do.
Yeah, I'm more like a True Blood person, though it did get kind of weird. Like, I don't see how Kane could be the first vampire.
Oh my
Got
god.
a friend of me got me into Vampire Diaries of all things. Didn't werewolves there were kind of weird, but
Desmond's in there. Go take care of it. I'm gonna sit here, play a video game or something.
all right.
All right.
And I go to see Desmond.
Yeah, let's go in.
hmm
You go in, main household, not too far away from the side barn. It's a nice little two-door farmhouse. You walk inside, the foyers, got a nice little red rug stairs upstairs. To your left is a dining room, dressed up all nice, neat. Dark brown wooden chairs around a nice little doily tablecloth. Around it is probably maybe half a dozen plants and a little wicker cabinet with some fine china in it. To your right's a reception room. Plush, white, fuzzy carpet. Some old antique style chairs. Painting of a lovely woman underneath a nice marble fireplace. You can go upstairs, follow the tan colored runner. You can go straight off into the kitchen and living room. You could go left into the the dining room, or you can go right to the meeting room.
Meeting room it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Step over. You're in the meeting room. Nice place. Some antiques, that marble fireplace. After a moment or two, you hear a scream. Ah!
Oh jeez.
Oh, let's go and check.
Let's go check that.
Yeah, let's go check that.
You don't have to go very far. Right at the doorway where you came in is a older individual with graying hair. He has Desmond's nose, biker jacket on, blue jeans. He's like, what are you doing in my house?
Oh, sorry, we were looking for Desmond.
Well, do you
I think
knock? Wait. You're the. Oh yes. Right this way.
Yeah, I thought I'm sure he's talked about me.
No, right. Yeah. Right, Garu. You're the tall one. Right this way. Up the stairs to the right. Go. Thank you. Yes. I'm so sorry.
we're
Uh,
sorry.
Thank you, sorry
No,
about that.
no, it's fine. We're sorry. I'm so sorry. Don't tell the other Garu about this. We're so sorry. Please.
No,
please.
it's fine.
Nope.
It's
No,
fine.
it's fine.
It was our fault.
No, my scream. I was very loud. I shouldn't have screamed. I shouldn't have screamed. I shouldn't
No,
have
it's
screamed.
it's fine.
Just he's up
It's
there.
fine.
Go. It's great. You honor us with your presence. Thank you. Thank you. But
I go upstairs, kind of eyeing Sejun and Sabrina, like, what the fuck?
I Connor back.
Alright.
All right, that was weird.
That
Upstairs.
was
Head upstairs.
I whisper, I think there's something wrong with how the Garu treat the kinfolk, I'm just saying.
that's weird.
I will have to give you a copy of Unsung Heroes, and you can see just how well the kinfolk are treated sometimes.
I was about to say, I feel like I should like trick Desmond into giving him a sock or something.
I feel like even someone like Desmond needs a vacation.
Maybe.
Upstairs is 3 different pathways. Directly upstairs, dead ahead, there's a shut door, white, freshly painted, bronze doorknob. Taking a slight right, you're met with 2 hallways. One going down to your left, one going down to your right. There's a room at the end on each one of them, and a bathroom right in between them.
Sage's impression is that this is a pretty large house.
Hmm.
I'll just like call out and be like, Desmond.
A pause. Far left room. You hear it. Yes.
Oh. All right. I'll walk down to the room.
Same.
I'll walk in. You open the door. It smells a little of weed, but it's your
No.
typical late 20s millennial self-starter. There's a 3D printer in one corner, 2 computers in the dead center, a bed in the other side, closet in the other, a small table with a couple little wiring equipments, a soldering device, a couple chipsets here and there. Like I said, typical millennial 27-year-old apartment.
Hey.
Sejun's eyes light up at all the technology.
His eyes widen a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, you should. Why did?" And he starts to put stuff away, just move quickly. The place is a mess, and he's trying to at least make it a little bit less of a mess. Oh, what do you guys do? Okay, why are you? What are you doing? Why are you here?
We were just wondering if you could help us with something.
Yeah, okay. For you? Oh, yeah, totally.
We're back, yeah.
So, what's the fastest you could do some forgery?
Depends what you want.
We could use you to put like a different image over like a doctor's card.
Let me see.
I'll hand him the card.
Takes the card. Looks at okay, he flips it over, moves his finger around a little bit of a disc in it. So this is the security part. This should get you into most places. It's probably tied to a Martin. Oh my god, that's your last name. This is your dad, isn't it?
Yes.
The one they mentioned.
You don't have to talk about it.
I'm not gonna. Do you want me to reprogram it?
Well, we were thinking like just replacing the image more or less, so that way we could use it to sneak into places.
Okay, who's gonna be the new Martin?
So that was like the second thing we wanted to ask you.
Uh-huh.
How good at you are lying, and are you willing to help us break into a hospice center by pretending to be a doctor?
Yeah. You're serious?
She
we're
is nervous. Yes.
we're asking if you really, really, really don't want to.
No, your character. I have to. I'm gonna do it. Plus, I like her. She's awesome.
Okay.
I don't feel good about this.
You got my back, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
don't worry. We won't leave that place without you unless you have been killed off by like maybe some guards or something.
Well, I wouldn't have.
Why would there be guards in a hospice center?
Well, I don't know.
Desmond,
It's
Desmond, listen to me.
it's
We got
possibly
you.
an evil corporation. We don't know if we're going to get in there and it turns out to be a government conspiracy.
Did they tell you about the Pentex group yet?
You know, I haven't heard about that yet, but like, a guy might have faked his death there and be living there who's behind the shadow curtain.
Conspiracy. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, Desmond, we will have your back when we bring you in there.
Yeah, guaranteed.
Okay, it's probably like maybe half hour, an hour to get my name on this thing, and okay, yeah, we can go. Sure.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you.
We'll call it at that.
All right.
So not
actually-
a lot of rolls, yeah.
Actually, before I leave, one last thing.
Yeah.
To you don't have a gun or anything, right?
Toucher does. Why?
Pull out the gun against you.
Is he gonna Harry Potter out the gun?
I take out the gun again and like.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! All right, what the fuck?
I imagine Sejun just like cocks it as he pulls out.
No. I kind of like nonchalantly pulled it out, kind of.
Just like that. Okay, you're just gonna take a gun out and put it in here, and not gonna, explain to me how did you get a gun?
Apparently he found it.
Long story.
I mean, it's America, so that makes sense.
Oh my fucking god! I know it's New Hampshire. I know the motto is live free or die, but isn't there like a 3-day waiting period?
Sage, we gotta talk about how you open up with your gun.
Let me guess. You want a permit?
No, I don't want. Okay, maybe. Think of it. A permit might be useful if I have.
You want
Wait, I'm probably legally dead right now, so I'm an illegal immigrant without my passport. Okay, this is getting too complicated. Like, later. We'll talk later about it.
You want a pass?
I'm sorry! I'm so sorry!
Oh my god.
We'll talk later. I hastily put away my gun and leave.
I'm sure Desmond can handle it for us.
I'm gonna work on this.
Alright.
And you're gonna call up probably Shallow Tracks, and he's going to explain to you what Pentex is.
Alright.
End of scene. I'm gonna leave it on that.
Hey.
Connor to himself is like, we're doomed.
Alright, I'll give you guys 3 experience.
For experience.
You have a downtime to use as you wish based upon what your mentors did for you. So message me with that. If there's a specific level 1 gift that you're interested in, maybe it got squeezed in and you got to learn that. Especially if you know someone that was very good at teaching gifts. But pitch that to me. Otherwise, 3 experience, use as you wish. And the plot that I wrote up 4 sessions ago might get used next week.
Oh boy.
I think we finally started discovering the conspiracy.
Yeah, you did.
Well-
Starting on episode 7.
Well, unfortunately, there was some bad stuff that happened recently that kind of threw us off track a bit.
Yes.
I budgeted for 13 episodes. I think it's going to be more than that at this point. but
Oh dear.
Well, this
You're
is
a
episode
little-
7, right?
yep,
Yeah.
6
You're-
weeks.
you're a little bit behind schedule because I know what's coming up.
How much a little behind are we talking? Because
Like, is this like you're a whole session behind sort of thing?
I envision the rite of passage would be your climax. Climaxes typically
climax.
are halfway to 3/4 of the way towards the end.
Now we're doing a Shakespearean 5-act.
Maybe not that strict.
Hmm.
But I would say, yeah, I would say your rite of passage was intended to be the quote-unquote climax, which would typically come in a show between halfway and 3/4 of the way through. And at the rate we're going,
Should you turn off the stream right now, or
I probably should do that. Say goodnight, people.
Good night.
Alright.
Right.
Bye, guys.